Hey guys, I'm Mike.
Hey, I'm Tim.
And I'm Paul.
Yes.
And this is the Board Game Rundown, and we're live from two of our basements because we cover games from top to bottom. And
yeah, Paul's got us covered because he's like on a ground floor, right?
I'm on second level, actually.
Oh, even better. Yeah.
Top to bottom. So, yes, it's official.
Whoop.
So we average ground level.
That's
no, we
right.
want to, yeah. Yeah, we do average ground level. That's about par for our show.
And Paul watches the show enough, we didn't even have to tell him how to do the intro. He was just right there.
Right before it popped on, I was like, oh, crap. We didn't tell Paul. Like, he should.
I should have been able to
be in on the intro.
Yeah, no, he's good. So let's just real quick, for those that don't know, this is Paul from Gem Time Games. He's got a game that'll be coming to Kickstarter soon. It won an award already, and it's not even out. How does that even work? And it is, let me get it right, Gempire, Zarman's Demands, or is it Zarman's Demands, Gempire?
It's Gempire, Zarman's Demands. You got it right.
All right. I had it right the first time, right? Anyways, I have gotten to play this game. I know, right? I enjoyed it. I need to play it some more because I got my shoes blown off of me by Spencer. And I was not doing the auction mechanic correctly. Not that it wasn't taught correctly. It's that I did it poorly.
I lost, so you can't say I was a bad teacher. I got my ass kicked as well.
Yeah, no, I blame Spencer. It's all Spencer's fault. He took a long time with his turns, and I got all flustered and didn't know what to do, and I just started doing crazy things. Also not true. Spencer did not take that long taking his turns. But anyways, that's Paul. Paul, thank you so much for being here. He's also a very active member of our Discord. So if you are watching this show later and you don't get a chance to ask Paul a question or something, hit him up in the Discord. He's a pretty friendly guy. I'm just going to go out. I'm going to put that on you right now, Paul. Sorry about that.
Now I have to be friendly.
I know. Damn
I didn't know I was friendly.
So, Paul, tell us a little bit about your game and what you're doing at Origins, because you're going to be there, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there all 5 days, and I'm running, I think, 20 sessions of Gempire. So going all out because that Kickstarter starts in 3 months, so I want to be prepared for that. But yeah, Tim mentioned it earlier. For short, you can just call it Gempire, but it's basically a game where 5 cities in the Gempire. They're not very developed yet. They're up and coming, but King Zarmand needs a new capital for the Gempire, and these 5 cities are the ones that he's designated as like the ones to be in his competition to build the new capital. So you will be taking on the role of one of the lead architects of one of those 5 cities, and before the game starts, you will draw 3 of Zarman's Demands out of a deck of 15 cards, and those will be the demands for that game. So to win the game, you need to satisfy 2 of the 3 demands that were drawn for that game, and you win the game. But because of the variability of everything in the game, you don't really ever play 2 games that are alike. So the strength of this game is that you're never going to be able to use the same strategy twice. Every time you set up a new game, you're going to have to reevaluate what the best path to victory is. So the strength is going to be basically trying to give you the best bang for your buck. If you buy this game, it's not going to be something hopefully that you play 4 times and figure out. It's going to be something that you can play 50 times and you won't have 2 games that are the same. So
it didn't feel solvable, right? And I appreciated that. I thought that was good. Now, is this true that this is a retheme of that game where you are trying to get the Olympics to come to your city, and so the Olympic Committee has put out demands and you've got to do whatever to your city? I'm just making that up. That's not a thing. But it did occur to me while you're describing it. It's kind of like what the Olympic Committee does, every couple of years, where it's like, oh, what city's going to get our, get to host the Olympics? And it's like, oh, we'll build a stadium that none of the toilets work in,
Yeah.
Or you could be like Qatar and just bid the most money towards the World Cup FIFA Association. So
yeah, you need to do that with that. Yeah, that would have more of a QE kind of spin on it, right? You just you spend the most money.
Bid as much money as you can. Let's play soccer in the summer in the desert.
But do not let me take away from Paul's very unique theme that works with his game very well. It does not feel slapped on. I'm just making a dumb joke. that wasn't funny anyways.
I tried to make it somewhat serious, but somewhat goofy at the same time. Like, you want a little bit of style. You know what I mean? You don't want it to just be completely 100% realistic, because then it's kind of ho-hum.
Hey,
Right.
Paul, speaking of a little bit of style, I mostly remember it, but you should remember to the T the first two sentences of your rule book. If you would, just go ahead and say those to us.
Oh, I remembered liking it. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I appreciated the joke.
I'm pretty sure it says King Zarman needs a new capital. His sucks.
Yeah.
First two sentences in the rule book. Love it.
And then it says, I think the third one is it doesn't even have or King Zarman doesn't like his or King Zarman needs a new capital. His sucks. And then I think the third one is it doesn't even have a dulcimer rock band.
Nice.
Which,
there you go.
Dulcimers are pretty awesome. So
especially in rock bands.
Yeah, I've never seen one before, but evidently King Zarman has, and he really wants one. So
listen, when you're the king, you see a lot of things.
Yeah.
So Paul also joined us. There's
yes.
the king. Are you going to give that to whoever wins the game each time?
I am going. I'll wear it. I'm going to wear it. I have a whole get up.
Nice.
So if you play my game, I'll be dressed as King Zarman, and it should be pretty easy to spot me from across the room.
We're gonna come over and get a picture with you at the con. I'm just warning you now, because that's amazing. Hold on. I got a hat I could wear to the convention. Hold on.
Oh boy. Oh my word.
I love it.
Could I thought about wearing this to the con for real, and I just didn't want people to not come to the booth because they'd be like, who's that asshole in the dumb hat?
Yeah, cosplay is that Viking theme that you talk crap about all the time.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt, Tim.
Yeah, hey, who wants to play Champions of Midgard? Not me, it sucks. Can I have that as a game I've cooled on? Because I've really cooled on that game.
I don't think you were ever hot on it.
Oh, is that a requirement for this?
Well, it was for me.
It is for me.
Before we get into that topic, I just want to say, so Paul joined us on a stream, although it wasn't a Wednesday stream. It was the only day that me, Paul, and Mike Giuliano from the Full 42, it was the first opportunity we had, and we streamed Gempire on Tabletop Simulator, but that was 11 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, our live audience was lacking for Paul, and I still feel bad about that. So one of these days, we're gonna redo that at a more optimal time, so more people can watch it. So because I still enjoy it, I've played it 3 times now. I definitely like how it feels different each time it plays. And I still enjoy the bidding quite a bit. It can be a little mean sometimes, but mean bidding games can be really fun also.
I don't mind. I'm a grown-up. I don't mind mean in games. Mike, before we go any further, I do just want to take a second to say hey to all the people that have showed up. So there's Andrew F. There's Nix. There's David Godfrey, the other Dave G. We got Jazz in here. We got Mr. Hooper himself. And then Nick's asked if that my hat was from the Flintstones. I think I actually got it. Oh, I got that hat. I got it on my honeymoon at Disney at Epcot in the Norway area. My wife and I we were both wearing those hats, and we took our picture, making a dumb face. And then we made that our Christmas card. It horrified my grandmother. She's like, why would why would such a cute couple make such horrible faces and then make other people look at it? And,
Wow. Yes, David, that is the with an R. Zarmans.
And it's not diamonds, it's demands.
Oh, yeah, I can't even read. Mike. My goodness.
I can't
even read. Jeez. Yeah, there you go. Hey, there are Palace Diamonds, and actually Spencer ruined us with Palace.
Oh, he wrecked us with them. Yeah.
It's let me just triple 2 of my cards. Oh yeah, why didn't the rest of us think of that? Good idea, Spencer.
Yeah, it takes you a couple games to get used to how powerful those are, and to not let them slip through your fingers if you can.
Nix, you are correct.
So definitely looking forward to Origins and meeting you and playing some games together. Tim, I also wanted to say, yeah, I'm actually surprised you didn't pick up that hat from, like Madagascar the Ride or something. It looked fitting to me, I guess, right?
Oh, thanks.
No, not so
I
much.
don't think
No
no.
sarcasm. All right.
Yep.
And
Nope.
I don't think they
That's
have
not
a
even a
ride for
Disney
that
movie. It's not even a Disney movie.
There you go. So, moving forward, I think you guys
You don't want to
have
just waft in that a little bit more, Mike? You want to?
no.
Let's just
No,
sit.
I think
Let's just sit in that
let's
fart
just
of a
remind
joke that
everybody.
you put out there and bask in the odor of that. I'm here for it,
Let's
man.
bask in something else because it's Wednesday. Just gonna bail myself right out of that piss poor
Hey,
joke.
you're
Hey,
at the
Paul,
control
what are you
panel.
drinking?
I'm drinking Sprite Zero tonight.
Yeah.
No shame in the game.
No, not at all. I'll drink it right here.
Look at
Not the
that.
first person to drink non-alcoholic as well. Tim, what you got?
Totally cool. My old standby, Jeff. Wait a minute.
Oh my.
I got my Ezra Brooks. Mike is very upset that I have not opened the Elijah Craig yet that he got me for my birthday. Mike, it's coming, dude. It's coming.
Yeah, he just won't open more than one bottle at it.
I work through one bottle at a time. I don't need 70. This isn't your parents' liquor cabinet. I don't need 10 partially, drank bottles all the way through. No, I'm good with the one, and it's really good.
Variety is the spice of life.
Listen, that's between you and whatever dating profiles you use,
My catfish accounts. We're drinking some Maker's Mark private selection. I had to turn auto zoom off on this camera, so I really can't get a good view of that label. But a very tasty version of Maker's Mark. Anywho.
Very well. Very, very well done.
In here. So we haven't talked about the topic at all, and as usual, our guest picked it. So Paul, tell us about the topic and why you picked it.
I think I picked it because I thought it would be an interesting topic, but also I think it gives you an opportunity to talk about more than just like one thing. So you can talk about. I'm excited about it because you can talk about why it's cool, but you can also talk about why you liked it in the first place. So it's kind of got some, this is kind of how my tastes have changed, along with this is why they were this way in the first place, and this is kind of why they've changed. So not just kind of like a one-track discussion. It can split off into different directions, which I know you guys are good at. So
what?
So yeah.
And the topic, just to be specific, is games we've cooled on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So games we one time liked and are now like maybe you don't hate them now, but you definitely don't. You're not as jazzed up to play them as you used to be, right?
Yeah. So for me, it's like the ones that have taken the largest fall from grace, right? So they had to start out high on my list, and they've taken the largest plummet. So if I started out not liking them, then I didn't include them on my list because they didn't really cool on me. They were already cool. So
yeah. So I approached this the exact same way. It had to be a game that I liked at some point, and like now I don't really want to play, or I'd rather play other games. There's a couple of those in here. It was kind of hard to avoid that. I told myself that wouldn't be a precursor to putting anything on this list, but there was just so many where I was like, well, it's because I'd rather play these. It was hard to avoid that.
I've got at least one game that I'm going to catch hell for. Everybody is going to be so mad at me about this. It's my number one. I'm not going to say what it is yet.
Ooh.
No,
yeah, so that's true, David. I didn't like Eclipse in the first place. Although I was tempted to throw it on here because I was just like so hyped to play it for so many years, and it just really let me down. But it didn't fit the spirit of this list. 1, 2, I talked about it last week. So
and that would be like on the biggest disappointments list, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for everybody that is watching now, please give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. interact with the show. We want the comments and everything, but we want to see those beautiful thumbs, whether they're up or down. That's fine. If you think Mike is, just dropping eggs with his jokes, and they're just terrible and not funny, give us a thumbs up. If you think I'm a jerk for pointing it out, thumbs down. It's cool. I get it. Biggest disappointment is just Mike's list. Dang.
Well done, sir.
I know I haven't seen Jason in the chat yet, but I feel like that would have been one that Jason would have thrown out there.
I know, good. Right? That is true.
That is good.
And, speaking of dropping eggs, I thought about maybe I could drop them in Paul's beard and he could do the whole Peter Griffin routine and all of a sudden he's hatching birds out of his beard. I don't know. All right, maybe not.
Thanks, Mike.
I've got ice cool.
All right. So I guess if you guys don't have anything else, then we jump right into this, huh?
I mean, yeah, that's fine. We can talk Origins stuff later.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
There's lots of Origins talk to be had for sure.
Because we got a big Origins announcement.
We do. I feel like we should drop that bomb now, Tim, because let's drop that bomb now, please.
Okay, so if you're going to be at Origins, if anybody's going to be at Origins, please come by the booth and throw stuff at us, tell us we suck, or just hang out with us. That's fine too. We're going to be playing games. We're in the booth. We're going to be filming shows in the booth. We're going to be giving away games, and stuff like that. Good games and bad games. So we're gonna have like a raffle. I just bought like a big old roll of 2,000 raffle tickets to give away to people at the booth. We're gonna be sending you over to see friends. We're gonna have a copy of Mission Control from Third World Studios in our booth, and that we will be playing. We'll teach you how to play if you can't get in on their big demo that they've got in the charging station room or something is what it's called. Anyways, they're going to have the whole easels all set up and everything. So, if you can be there, if you can't get on there, I know that's the lead. But the best thing, and I will confirm the time and the day. I'm still waiting for that. But we will drop it in the Discord and probably on Facebook too. We are going to have Martin Wallace in our booth for an interview, which if you don't know who Martin Wallace is, he is the designer of the #1 game on BGG right now, and that is Brass Birmingham. Martin Wallace has designed probably close to 100 games, give or take a few. And the man, whether you like his games or not, there's no denying how prolific he is and the influence he has had in the industry and for the hobby. So I am beyond excited, and I love a ton of Martin Wallace games, so I'm good. But I'm beyond excited for this opportunity. And Andrew, I don't know if we're going to be able to live stream it because our live streaming capabilities are going to be kind of weird there. Because we're going to have the big camera set up and the board. Now, I don't know. The Wi-Fi is like at Origins at best. So we're going to see, but it's definitely going to be a video we're filming and we're going to put out. I will post in the Discord with an add everybody and bother everybody, but with what time we're expecting them and on what day. So again, if there's questions you want asked, and no, Jonathan, not when will he design a good game? I told you in the Discord, I'll tell you, in front of the tens of people watching, get bent. Like, be respectful. This man is a legend. So I'm excited to talk to him. And I know Jonathan was like half joking, but still get bent.
Paul, you came up with an awesome question earlier. So I want you to set the bar for excellent questions and tell everybody what your great question was.
What's your favorite food? No, that wasn't it.
I have to go back I can't remember what happened 30 minutes ago.
No, it was, was something to the effect of were you ever close to quitting?
Yeah. I found it. It's at what point in your career were you the closest to quitting game design and why? Because I guarantee as a game designer, he has that, I guarantee he has at least one story about when he really wanted to quit.
Mm-hmm. And then you followed up with, thank God you didn't, which I agree. Mm-hmm. Because I discovered Martin Wallace way late. I came into them because of Australia and Wildlands and Nancy Narking and Study in Emerald. Like those are all the Martin Wallace games that I'm into, and that's not even like the juicy, like popular ones. So
that's an interesting question, Bob. I don't know if that was his idea or if he was approached by Roxley first.
He was approached by Roxley. I could tell you the answer to that because I've been watching Martin Wallace interviews to get ready for our interview. But that's not a bad question, though, because not everybody's watched every interview. And I've only seen him ask that one time, kind of. And it wasn't like that directly. It was more like kind of came naturally in the flow of conversation. But that's a good one, Bobby. We're going to have to, we'll get on with that one. That'll be a good one. We can do that. But I'm really excited to have him. I think we will have some Martin Wallace games to give away at the booth. And depending on the day, we might be able to get them signed before we give them away. So awesome. Fingers crossed. I'm really hoping that we have a copy of Australia to give away because that's one of my favorite Martin Wallace games.
I'm giving away my Brass Birmingham with the Iron Clays. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, Mike. That's very generous of you.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Okay, so that's our big. That's our big origin stuff. I'm sorry.
It is.
That's cool. That's huge for the show. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, Paul. Thank you. It's sometimes you're just lucky to know people, and we have a pretty good connection there, and the opportunity
arose, and we are seizing it.
You had one chance, and you seized it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, since Tim is in that pose, oh man, I was going to say we should use that as the thumbnail for our next list. Games that you were sleeping on.
Oh, boo, boo, boo! What Chris just said, boo. I know it wasn't his boo wasn't to your joke, but
well, you don't know that. At least I got Paul with it. It might be he's laughing with you and not with me, so that's fine.
I think is Dan sitting?
I remember that, Paul.
Is Dan sitting at Nix's computer? Because that's almost like a Dan joke right there.
Right. Oh man. Okay. How about some games we've cooled on, guys?
Oh yeah, that's a list we should do.
We should. Yeah. Good idea, Paul. We'll start with Tim and go clockwise like usual. So, Tim, start with your number 5.
I'm just kidding. I'm not buffering.
Tim's I really you had me. You absolutely had me.
The only reason you didn't have me was because before the show started, I was planning on doing that at some point. I was just gonna pause.
I love it.
We got buffer tributes now. I love it.
Oh, hey, we got Matthew.
Hey, what's up, man?
Matthew.
Yeah, that's another guy we'll see at Origins.
Real quick, congratulations again on the Mind Your Business being there and fulfilling. I'm going to bother you and see if we can't get a copy of Mind Your Business for the booth to play and show off and then send people over to Envyborn Studios. See, Paul, that's what we like to do. That's what we get excited. Right. We just want to help our friends out.
I hope I'm a friend.
Well, we'll see after this list. If you still want to be friends with us, we will call you a friend. It's just when you call us friends, that's usually how it goes.
No, I mean, I'm historically somebody who can find plenty of things to say wrong about board games. Sometimes I'll dial it back, but I'm a little like Dan.
I'm full of bad opinions. It's okay. Or wrong opinions, I should say.
A bunch of Tim's top 10. I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, I just sob quietly over here while I buffer. It's fine. All right. All
right, Tim. You said you were bringing the heat. Let's see it.
Well, my number 5 isn't going to be that hot, but it was a game that I absolutely loved when I first got into the hobby. I played it when I was really young because my stepmother was in the Air Force and she was stationed in England. Brought a copy over. Her copy that she had in England. I don't know how she had a copy of this game. But anyways, in the mid 90s, I played an old and busted version of Talisman. and I loved it, and I played it a lot, and I played it in the basement by myself. You know what I mean? Just rolling and moving and playing two-handed, right? Moving characters around and doing all kinds of stuff. And then when I got into the hobby, like as it is today, in like 2011, 2010, I found a copy of Talisman and was like, what? You know, like this is a real thing, you know, that's like around in the United States. And so I scooped one up, and I know Talisman's not that popular, but I used to really like it and advocate for it anyways. It's a roll and move. It's got plenty of problems. It is by far not like a perfect game or anything, but it was a game that I used to enjoy quite a bit. And I still kind of always will appreciate it because of my core memories, right, with it. But I have certainly cooled on Talisman. I know Chris is full of hate, and he's just going to let it all out tonight.
Chris is here for me.
And then David, does anything give me a Talisman feel with better mechanics? I don't know. We played a game that just filled up on Kickstarter recently, that Quest for the Trident. I mean, that's sort of a roll and move, but there's like some tile revealing as you're rolling and moving. I think for me, more, it was like the quest fulfillment is the stuff that I liked in Talisman. You know what I mean? And kind of feeling like you're an adventurer going around this town, you know, land or whatever. So for me, the more sandboxy games like Zaya, Legend of a Drift System, while they are not related at all, like that sort of filled that gap for me, because I still can kind of, you know, like a Hero Questy kind of game, you know, where I'm like actually leveling up my character and like doing better things. So
Paul, have you ever played Talisman?
I haven't, but I know one person who like talks about it. Like there's nothing that even comes close. And but they also mentioned that it was really old. So I figured there has to be.
I never played it either. And I just never heard really good things about it. What I heard didn't appeal to me, so it was kind of one I sort of skipped over.
I do still own the Batman one, where it's like you're like all like supervillains trying to escape Gotham or Arkham Asylum or something. I still have that one. I'll probably always hold on to my Batman Talisman.
And Edward, he's got
Edward,
a game.
Your game's on fire, dude.
Right here.
Edward, we can't wait to play your game.
It doesn't even have a Kickstarter campaign yet. It's already at the top of the list.
I've played his game, or at least one of his games.
Snap.
Well, I've played Galactic Cruise.
That's the one we're gonna play soon, I hope. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
really excited about that. Evening Wayne, and then real quick before we let Paul start like going out the hatred. Matthew, I'm taking you up on it, buddy, but we will definitely show off the goods. I promise. We'll make it worth your while. All right, Paul.
All right,
Enough
Paul,
being nice. Enough being nice. What game does everybody love? Are you just going to destroy?
Well, it's a game that I used to like quite a bit, and it's a classic, so maybe there are still people that like really like it and haven't cooled on it yet. But my number 5 is Seven Wonders.
Oh, good one.
That's a good one.
That could have been on my list. That would have been a better 5 than Talisman.
I don't know. I think the main reason why Seven Wonders is cool for me is because the wonders don't really feel that much different from each other. And I feel like if I try a new strategy in Seven Wonders, it's solely because I wanted to try one, not because like the game was more conducive to trying one or another. It was literally just like, okay, this game I feel like going for science, or this game I feel like going for military. And it's just like, okay, like, and once you try like kind of all of the different approaches, it's kind of like, okay, I've tried them all. I mean, like, and whether or not you're able to carry out the strategy that you built from the beginning is solely dependent on if you draw the cards from the hand, you know, to the player who's giving them to you. So, I mean, you could set out to try a strategy and just not get the cards that you need to carry it out. So, I don't know. I think I've just played better games since then, and I think that the replayability for me is like almost like top on my list of things in a game that I need. And so when I feel like a game is starting to when I feel like I've tried everything that I can try in a game, it kind of dies off for me. So I think that's the main reasons why.
That's totally fair. It's a great game, but it's also been passed, nothing wrong with that. I gotta jump over to David though, because he's hitting me on my sweet spot here. A Galactic Cruise, but without the Vogons or their poetry, please, sir. That is a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference for those of you that don't know. I apologize. So Paul, do you like? So Chris had said that in the comments that he liked Duel and Seven Wonders Architects. Have you played either of those? Do you have any feelings about those?
I haven't, and Duel. I have 5 siblings, so that wasn't really ever one that got to the table for us.
Oh, I see.
Architects, I haven't played. You'd actually be surprised how little time somebody who makes games has to actually play them.
Oh, dude, yeah. I would say like Mike and I sometimes are in a similar boat. Like sometimes we don't get to play the same games over and over because we're always trying to, hey, well, we got to play. Yeah, we got to play this game because somebody sent it to us, and and it's a good problem to have. Like
Gempire.
Yeah.
We have to play this one because he sent it to us.
Right.
We don't.
Hey, I've already played it 3 times though. And there have been plenty that we only play once and send on. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually about to make a very similar reference. I remember Luke Laurie saying many times that he doesn't get to play other people's games because he's so constantly play testing his own games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that one I remember him saying that multiple times.
Yeah, I know, David. It sucks.
Yeah, we're terrible reviewers because we play a game once before we review it. Not that we haven't played hundreds or thousands of other games.
I won't go down that rabbit hole as far as that goes. I'll save that comment for later so we can stay on topic for like a minute, like not go completely off the rails. I don't want to disappoint Paul. We will go on tangents, but I don't want to like get completely off the rails on pick number 5.
But yeah, I mean, I said, part of this discussion could be why you liked it in the first place. And, I played this for the first time back when I was in high school, probably over 10 years ago. And it was fun. It was like unlike anything I'd ever played before. And it keeps everybody engaged every round. So you're not just sitting there waiting for some, idiot to go through their AP, process or whatever that they want to do. And
right.
So yeah, it keeps you engaged. It's it makes you feel like you're really picking a strategy. And so I liked it a lot at the beginning. And
is there a game that's replaced it for you?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean,
that's fine.
There's a lot of honestly, like I'd almost rather play Sushi Go. I mean,
oh sure.
I don't know if I like it more, but it's shorter.
Yeah.
Paul,
yeah,
so 1, very good pick. 2, Sushi Go is what I would rather play than Seven Wonders because as far as like the length and like the depth, I can get so many more people to play Sushi Go, and then you throw all those extra icons from Seven Wonders in. And yeah, even though it's a gateway game, it's a lot harder to get played with like casual gamers, I find. Mm-hmm. And so I'm totally cool playing Sushi Go as an alternative because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
And then I wanted to go back to this because David gets it. I mean, David gets it.
Yeah, he does.
Thank you, sir. Once again.
And then Nick's doubled down on that too. He said that we come from tangents. And Edward, I think I do. I definitely like Duel more than the OG for me. But then my nephew came to town with his girlfriend and they were talking about how they were just getting into board games and stuff and they didn't know many good 2-player games. So I gave him my copy of Seven Wonders Duel. I mean, I know I can replace it very easily, but I'm also like, I don't need it tomorrow either. Like if I don't play Seven Wonders for a minute, but I know for them, like that's going to be this really nice new experience for them. Cause they're like, they're just discovering the hobby, really, they're like, oh, we play Catan with our friends. And I'm like, awesome. I'm glad you love it. Like, I can't wait for you to find even more, more games and stuff like that. And they're also kind of competitive with each other. So like Duel is perfect for like a 2-player game for them. And then they're going to just discover more. Like, it's such a good gateway kind of thing, in my opinion. But
all right. My number 5 game I've cooled on. So typical rundown style here, calling an audible. Something Paul said like earlier resonated a little bit, and that was games that fell the furthest.
Your list is invalid. Your list is invalid now.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we getting audio from Dan at the moment?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Dan, our other co-host, who hates to change lists last minute, but tangents and drinking whiskey lead to this thing. I originally was going to put an honorable mention. I'll move it to an honorable mention. That's Point Salad. I was never super high on Point Salad. I was like, okay, this is a pretty good game. But a game that I played 27 times and just never put in my bag anymore is Azul.
Mm-hmm.
Azul, I still think, is a really good game. I don't know a lot of games that play like Azul. I want to try the other versions but I haven't, because I really enjoyed the original a lot. Obviously, I played it 27 times. Yeah, there you go. Bam! Azul. It's like borderline 100, so it's a fairly spicy pick. It may have to do with the fact that my game group has changed. I used to play games. I didn't have a group for a while. I was playing games a lot more casual gamers.
Yep.
Azul was a regular play. Now, I'm not playing games with a group that wants to play Azul. So that's part of a change in groups. And also just because I've played it a lot and, I've seen what Azul has to offer. I'd still play it if somebody offered, but it would have to be 3 or 4 players. No chance I'd play it at 2. Mm-hmm. I still like how mean it can be, but you got to do a lot of counting to be mean. Not a bad game, but I'm definitely cooled.
It's not a bad game, but I never liked it that much to begin with.
That's the only reason I didn't put it on my list. I debated on putting it on my list for a long time. And like, I don't know. I played Azul 5 times and I have never lost, but it's still a game that I get to the end of each game and I'm just like, did I really have fun with that? Or was that just kind of like, I'm never excited to play it again. I don't know what it is. It's not a bad game. It's not a bad game. I just don't have fun with it. I don't know. It
just never clicked for me. I don't know what it is either.
I got to that point where the people that were asking to play it, and I was like, can we play something else? I want to go after this. Estates was actually an honorable mention for me. I bought this game and then sold it. I love auction games, okay? So I really thought I'd enjoy the Estates, except that it becomes a game of who can do the least worst. Sometimes the winner has negative points, and it's kind of unpredictable sometimes. I wanted to really like the Estates, but I did cool on that one, and I sold it, and it is written down as an honorable mention, so I'm just going to go after it while it was fresh.
And Kyle says that Azul and Sniper Elite will never cool for him in his top 20 games. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you
cool. And I don't think you've seen us I've seen you in our chat before, so no, not hating on Azul at all. It's just I'm not with a group that will want to play it anymore.
Yeah, and David, you were correct. There is no disappointment. There is only Azul. Azul.
Oh my!
And Chris, that was totally a humble brag, but I think it came out subconsciously because I have a coworker who really gets under my skin when I talk to him about board games, and he always gets under my skin by saying, "You only like games if you win them, and if you lose, you don't like them." And so I think naturally at this point, like when I bring up a game and I say like I don't like it, like if I can say no, I've won this game, but I don't like it. So like,
yeah, it's like your self-defense mechanism. Like, look, guys, I'm allowed to not like this game. I have won it. Full disclosure.
Yes, there's probably more games that I like that I never win at, but
I still really enjoy Ponzi scheme. There's nothing like Ponzi scheme. You're trying to be the last person to go bankrupt, and that's just so interesting to me. Don't run out of money because the game's working against you to take all your money. There's nothing like it. Anywho, there you go. All right, there's 5s. Let's go to your 4.
Oh boy, it's like a coin flip for me. And yeah, Bobby, you were correct. I have lots of games that I like, but never win. That's because I'm always playing games with you and Spencer and other people that are smarter than me, and it's not fair. So here we go, Mike. Mike, do I do one that has been replaced by a game that I do talk about kind of a lot, or do I do a older than that game that has been replaced by a different game?
Ooh, the first one.
Oh, okay. The more recent one, Sagrada.
More recent. Ooh. I know what it's been replaced by.
Yeah, you do. Sagrada, I really liked when it first came out. I enjoyed the mechanics of it. I like the theme of it and everything. It was a game that I could play with my family. You know, they like, you know, it's fun to draft the colored dice, you know, and it's all, you know, and then to do like the Sudoku puzzle, you know, and everything and work all of that out. But then I started to cool on Sagrada technically before it was replaced. And then I played this little game out of Brazil called Carnavalesco that has a similar drafting mechanic and similar limitations as Sagrada, but not the same. Like we've all got the same limitations on our board, but how you fill out your board can be completely unique to you. Yeah, it's not Greta anymore. It is Subpara is what it should be called now.
I love the puns.
The chat is killing it tonight.
I know, right?
They come with the fire. I love
both it. Davids are on fire right now.
But anyways, Carnavalesco, like I just like the choices better. I like I love the theme. It taught me something. I think it is going to be coming to a US Kickstarter soon, so that other people can play this game and I can shut up about it. But but you know, I became friends with the designer because we reviewed a game of his without knowing him, and then he just reached out and then we just started talking. But if I love a game, I'm going to talk about it, right? The other one I'll just honorable mention my other one real quick, and that was Evolution. The first 20 times I played Evolution, I was like, I freaking love this game. It's so crazy and it's so mean and everything. And then nobody else wanted to play it but me. And then Oceans came out, and Oceans is so much better than Evolution. It fixes all the problems, and then everybody wants to play Oceans. So, or, you know, all the people that didn't want to play Evolution did want to play Oceans. Oceans is far superior anyways. And so yes, sorry, that's my my number 4, A and B.
That's a good one. All right, does that mean it's my turn?
It does.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up my little
a tome
journal here. Yeah, this tome that I got at Gen Con last year. So, and I've been using it. So,
Dear Diary, I hate Azul. Oh wait, that's the last one.
Okay, so I tried to like pick my 1 through 5 based on like I tried to comment in my book on how much I thought they dropped for me, and this one I just commented ouch. So I don't know. But when I first played this game, I thought it was like a really funny, kind of silly, but also a little bit not really mathy, but kind of like tactical, I guess. It's not really strategic, but I had a lot of fun with how the pieces moved around and like passed each other up, or like how the race went. And now I played it like a couple months ago, and I just it fell off for me really hard. And that is Camel Up.
Oh, I love Camel Up.
So
it's okay.
I really, really liked Camel Up for a long time, and I think last couple times I've played, it's just felt more like I can kind of figure out in my head what the chances of each camel are, like winning that leg, and just kind of make a mathematical educated guess every time. That's basically like, okay, if this one has if this one has a 50% chance of winning, this one has a 50% chance of winning, I'm just going to take the one that has the 5 token left. Or like, I just felt like all of the decisions were very easy for me to figure out, or fairly easy for me to figure out mathematically, and whether or not I won just came down to how the dice came out, which I guess you can make a case for, that's the kind of chaos that makes the game fun. But when you're doing bad in that game, you just want that game to end.
I mean, at least it doesn't take that long. And I will also say that, and this is not a criticism by any means, so don't take it as such. I've never thought that much about Camel Up while playing. And maybe that's why I don't do well at a lot of games. But I'm usually just all right, this looks good. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
There's a couple things I want to highlight about that. One, Paul, could you tell everybody what your bachelor's degree is in?
Mechanical engineering.
Nice.
That's why he maxed out Camel Up.
Well, I'm just kind of like, okay, if
don't degree shame him.
If I know the blue camel, right? If I know the blue camel has a 67% chance of winning the leg, and the yellow camel has a 33% chance of winning the leg, and I have the blue 5 left, or the blue 2 left, and the yellow 5. Well, I'm gonna pick the yellow 5 because it has a half. It's half as likely to win the leg, but it's paying out 2.5 times more points. So, like, those are the types of calculations I do in my head every leg, and I just feel like.
I just want to say at this point, you sound like a guy from my old game group who used to be a statistics professor. That's not a shame whatsoever. Obviously, you sound like a professor. How terrible!
I'm like, that orange camel's clearly been eating Burger King, and that other one has not had near as much. So I'm going with that one.
Kyle, you're right though. The card game, you have more control over the camels. You're holding a card that can move them, and it's not just random each time. So the only thing, and it's more portable. You can put it in a really small box. The only thing that sucks is you got to set the cards out, and that's your track. So it feels a little cheaper. But if you want a cheaper Camel Up that you have more control over and fits in a smaller package, Camel Up the card game's pretty good. Actually, he's right.
So like, to address what David's saying. So like, it's not that I take long. It's just that a lot of turns I can figure it out what other people are going. And then I just feel like I'm picking the most mathematically logical thing to do every turn. And then whether or not it works out is just down to chance. But like, so I don't know. I think that just kills it a little bit for me. Because I'm just like, I would like to make a really stupid play here, but like, it's like, am I going to make a really stupid play just to make it more fun? Like, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's just how I feel.
It totally makes sense. It totally makes sense. I was just giving you a hard time.
I mean, sometimes making stupid bets in racing games is what makes it fun. In fact, a lot of times that's what makes it fun, when you bet on the camel that's totally not supposed to win just because you want to take a long shot and see if it works out.
You should play ready, set, bet. You want to have a game where you don't have time.
Oh man,
you don't have time to math it out. It's so good.
If we gotta play it after convention hours, I am not opposed. I still need to order the racetrack board. I'm trying to figure out an easier way to do it. Anywho,
are you guys gonna have that at Origins?
Yes, we're demoing Ready Set Bet because we love that game.
We're just demoing it because we want to. We have no affiliation with AEG. We just are like, let's play a game we really want to play and get rowdy on our booth. Like, that's all. that's the nice thing about being us is it's like we can just yell about whatever games we want to yell about. We're not paid to do anything. We just, hey, go see Paul. Pull on his beard. We'll give you a game.
We'll give you a game.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We might
Take a
be
picture.
talking about some. We might be talking about some other racing games later. All right. So a little spoiler.
You cooled on heat?
My number 4.
Cooled on heat?
No.
I know.
No,
You
I'll
love
be
that damn
demoing that next week. Are you kidding me? All right. Yes. We would like to demonstrate how rowdy we can get at Origins. Are we picking whiskey and flasks, Tim? Is that what we're doing? Oh, no, never mind. I'm kidding.
What?
Okay, so my number 4, I sort of feel bad about this one because Serge Leger passed away earlier this year. Rest in peace. He is the designer of Shadows over Camelot and my number 4, Nidavellir. Nidavellir has a great bidding mechanic. Again, I love bidding mechanics. Show me how bad you want something. Problem is, every time I play Nidavellir, I will be the lowest bidder almost every single time, and I can still make a viable engine. That makes the bidding not really that interesting. And I want the bidding to be interesting because it's kind of like Ra. You've got your 3 bet tiles, and that's how much you can bet. And you've got 3 different areas that there's a market of cards, and you're going to bid on each section. Whoever has the highest bid gets first dibs of the card in that section. Problem is, there's just so many times where the cards are just like, well, none of these are really that better than the other. And none of the card set collecting is that interesting. So I've really cooled on Nidavellir a lot. I wanted to like this game. I still did at first because the bidding mechanic, like you can upgrade your bidding tiles. So like Ra allows you to do it by you get the one in the middle if you call Ra.
Yeah.
Well, with Nidavellir, it's just got this it's mechanic where you bid a tile that's just a 0 bid that allows you to upgrade one of your other bid tokens. And like that's the coolest part of the game for me. And that's just not enough. Now I've been told that I need to play Thingavalier, which I have, and I will add, but man, base game Nidavellir, I've really cooled on. Plus the fact that like it takes a while to set up. There's a lot of cards you got to put out, which are those heroes, and they even give you like these card displays to put them in, which are barely worth the time because it goes so fast. You're done playing this game in like 30-40 minutes. You're like, why did I put all those cards out? I don't know. I've cooled on it a lot.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I like Nidavellir, but I've only played it a few times. I don't own it, so I've never had to set it up, but it does seem like a beast setup, so I get it totally.
Yeah, I think the other part of it was like it really jumped up. I was interested in it, and then like Tom Vassell really talked it up. Like it became a top 5 game for him. I think like the first year he played it, I was like, oh dang, I gotta check this bidding game out. So I just bought it. And, I'll play more. I'll have the expansion and try. Alrighty then. We are moving to number 3.
All right. This might have come up in a previous episode. I'm sure we've talked about it when we've talked about this designer and this trilogy of games. But my number 3 that I have cooled on, before the third one came out, it was my favorite of the series, and now it's probably my least favorite of the series, and that is Rising Sun. Rising Sun, I loved more than Blood Rage. I really liked Blood Rage when it came out. Big fan. I played the hell out of it. Rising Sun came out, and I loved all the extra complexity to it, and the theme I liked even better because I'm sick of Viking themes. Ignore the hat that I had on earlier. And And I
knew it'd come up.
I was so tired of the Viking themes. So tired of the Viking themes. And Rising Sun was such a cool, has such a cool theme and amazing art. And I absolutely love that game. But then Ankh came out. And Ankh blew that completely away for me. Ankh is one of my all-time favorite games. And now, though, like when I think about it, if I've got like all three on a shelf right next to each other, and I kind of do, I would reach for Ankh first, then Blood Rage, then Rising Sun. And so I had to think about like how much, like Rising Sun almost has to be like, if somebody says, do you want to come over and play Rising Sun? If I am at a game night and somebody says, hey, do you want to play Ankh? I'm like, yes. Hey, do you want to play? Yeah, nice, Trevor. Do you want to play, Blood Rage? Yeah, I'll play Blood Rage. But we're like Rising Sun. I feel like I need to like mentally prepare myself to like go and play that game. I will go and play it and have a good time, and I will enjoy it. I still really think it's a great game. But it's just kind of fallen for me. And Chris, Cthulhu Wars is my favorite version of Chaos in the Old World. I think Chaos in the Old World is good. I've got it. I played it after Cthulhu Wars, and it's inferior to that. Ankh is my favorite Lang game by a million miles. But anyways, so Rising Sun is still a game that I will always have in my collection because I really like it. I think it's great. I love everything about it, but I just have cooled a lot on it and don't really feel like playing it sometimes. Like I've got to like if Mike's like, hey, Tim, we're going to play Rising Sun this weekend. I'm like, okay, save me a seat. But like now I've got like all week. If I show up and they're like, hey, we got a game of Rising Sun over here, and we've got a game of Blood Rage over here. We've got a game of Champions of Midgard over here. I'm like, I'll play Blood Rage. But yeah, so I've cooled on it. It was one of the early ones that came up, like came to mind first when Paul sent us the idea for the list, like a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. I was like, oh, Rising Sun was the second game I thought of. My number one is the first game I thought of, and that's the one I'm going to really catch flack for. I'm just building that up. I'm building it up. It's a very popular game that all of my friends love. They're going to be so mad at me. But anyways,
that's what we're here for.
My number three, Rising Sun, Eric Lang. It's still great.
I have not played Chaos in the Old World. It's been out of print for a long time.
We can play it whenever you want, Mike.
Played that. And I love Eric Lang games, so I've wanted to, but I don't want to pay the price for it. Rising Sun's a good pick. I will tell you, man. I wanted to like this game way more than I actually do. I'll never sell it because I'll still play it anytime someone asks. But I've just had really bad experiences at it where I get crushed so frequently when I play it. So. Oh, how about that? All right, cool.
You have access to it.
There you go. All right, Paul, have you played any of the Lang trilogy?
I have not.
Ooh, man, there is an Ankh game that is happening at Origin. So
yes, I do want to play that a lot.
It's
that I will probably request that.
I would sit out if it takes you getting your first play at it because all of us talk it up so much. Everybody but Bob.
Dang.
Yeah, my buddy. My buddy painted. These are the only two gods I have painted. They look freaking incredible. My buddy Pete painted them for me.
Wow.
He's not even done with them. He's still got to do the bases. Like he's like, I didn't glue them down yet because I didn't do the bases. I'm like, Pete, like, shut up, dude. These are incredible.
It should be a sign when, like, I love bidding games, and this game has bidding as the mechanic in combat, and I still just don't like it that much.
What?
Oh, and I don't know if Rising Sun. You bid for your.
Yeah.
Tim, I don't think you saw this. Hey,
I did see it.
All right.
I couldn't find a good way to segue into the Dice Clay
All right, Paul, what you got?
Pull up my notebook again.
Oh.
Act like I'm reading it.
Dear
This is so
diary.
prestigious notebook.
Today,
Okay.
Tim from the Board Game Rundown said something very stupid.
So I used to really, really love this game because it seemed very replayable, strategic, and like each game felt quite a bit different from the other. But I played it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it just fell really flat for me. And my number 3 is Ethnos.
Oh,
wow.
So
nice.
I do like the replayability in that you get different combinations of races each game, but it's kind of like if you like, I feel more played by the game than I'm playing the game. Like, I feel like there's not really any point of me making a plan if it's going to come down to what I draw anyway, if that makes sense, because you can go into a game with a plan to win that game, and you just don't draw those cards. I mean, how do you play that strategy if you don't draw the cards? And probably 75% of the cards that you get in that game are just drawn from the top of the deck. So it's like, okay, I feel like I get to the end of that game, or at least this last time I played, I felt like I got to the end of the game and I was like, that person won because they drew the cards they needed, you know? Not because they played it all that well. I mean, he played it well, but he also got 2 bands of 6 cards. It was like, okay, well, who wouldn't win with that? So I think that one just I think it fell off really, really big for me, but I still have to give it some brownie points because it still does have a little bit of that replayability with the changing combinations of the races each game. So it hasn't fallen off as much as my 1 and 2, but I think at the first few times I played it, I probably would have rated it somewhere like an 8 on BGG, and now it's probably down like a 5 for me.
Dang, that is a drop.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I like Ethnos, and I believe I still rank it an 8. I was just looking; I have 11 plays in it. But your criticisms are very fair. You are kind of stuck with what you draw. And I guess it plays so fast that I guess that has never bothered me. Like, you're just whipping around the table. Very, very valiant points on the criticisms, though. I still enjoy Ethnos, though.
I like in a game where I can like look at I can look at the information that's presented to me, and I can be like, okay, generally I think my approach to this game is going to be this. And maybe, it doesn't always plan out that way, but I want to be able to get somewhat close. I don't want it to just be like, okay, like there really isn't a reason for me to form a plan for this game because it's going to come down to what I draw off the deck anyway. Like, and that's actually the problem I have with a lot of take that games is that there's so much chaos with take that and hitting each other. You really don't have any chance to carry out or execute like a long-term plan because it's going to be destroyed by so many people through the process that it's going to end up being, 5% of what you planned it out to be. So, now Ethnos is not a take that game, but there's the reason that there's not really any take that games on my list is because none of them probably really started out very high.
Fair. Now,
Fair.
have you played like Fantasy Realms or any of those games?
No.
Okay, because like I'd be curious to your feelings on that. Now it plays very quickly, but you really kind of have to form your plan on the fly because the game is so short, and then you also have to be prepared to like ditch that plan and try something depending on what comes out. But again, it's like a 15-minute game, so if it's just goes to pot and it's terrible, you're out of it really soon.
Right.
Also, though, when you play Happy Salmon, what's your strategy? I'm just kidding.
I've never played Happy Salmon, but I know about it. I know about it. And
Mike,
if I ever If I ever play it, it'll be with my nieces and nephews.
Did you hear that?
I just put it on our Google Sheets. That is our Origins what we're packing list.
I just heard a neoprene fish jump into my Origins bag. Oh, okay. That's what we're doing now.
I'll play it. It takes like 2.5 minutes.
I'm gonna play it in the booth, and we're gonna be loud.
Oh my word!
I do want to see you guys play Ready Set Bet in the booth.
Yeah, I can't wait
because I want to be there.
I'm behind on what I need to order to make the game epic. But I just need to commit to it and do it. Because if I do, I've got an easel, so we're gonna have like this big poster board to run the horses. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
I can't wait.
I totally get the Ethnos pick. I do. I would say it doesn't make my top 50. It's probably on the cusp of my top 100 because I give it an 8 still. But I definitely get where you're coming from on it. All right. My number 3 is pretty spicy. So we're just going to drop it out there. I have cooled on Terraforming Mars. I have cooled on Terraforming Mars.
I almost put this on my list, but everybody knows that I'm over Terraforming Mars. So I left it off the list.
I'm there. Now, I don't know that it's drifted out of my top 50 yet. So let me preface with my first play of Terraforming Mars. I was like, okay, this is okay. Yeah. Not bad.
Terraforming Mars, they're supposed to get warmer, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, they increase the temperature, right? And then like I played it a second time, and I was like, oh wow, this game's a lot better than I thought it was. So then like I bought it, and then I played it a few more times, and I do still enjoy Terraforming Mars, but it's just so long. It is so long. I'm going to go into on my number 2 of a game that is too long for what it is. Why do all these engine builders have to be so long? It's just so long. There's no way I'd want to play with more than 3 people ever.
Way too long.
It's way too long. It's still a great game. It's just so long. I like Terraforming Mars because I like how like you're collecting income and you get all kinds of stuff. And then you take that stuff and there's so much stuff that you just do whatever you want. And I like that. I'll talk about another engine builder that's similar to that later. But yeah, I just don't want to play this that much anymore because it's so long with 4 or more.
Yeah, and Chris is the OG Rocket Man right there. Because in fact, Mars is cold as hell. It's not a good place to raise a kid.
Terraforming Mars for me is a pretty good game. I think the main complaint I had about it when I played it was it just kind of feels like I have all these resources and I hope I draw a card that I have the resources for.
Fair.
And it's not like, oh, okay, I'm gonna, I draw these cards off the top of the deck, and one of them I have the resources for, and the other one I'm not going to be anywhere close to having the resources for. I'm like, okay, I wonder which one I pick,
Right.
And I think that's, again, it's kind of that feeling of like the game's almost playing me instead of me playing the game type of feeling that I don't like. And I still think it's about like at a 7 for me. But it hasn't really moved down because it kind of started off as a 7, and I think it's probably stayed around there.
Oh gosh. We've got
we both clicked it.
Yeah, we did. My problem is Terraforming Mars does to me what I don't like to do. I'm a social guy. I love playing games with other people. It is my favorite part of the hobby. And Terraforming Mars, I like to play solo. I don't want to play with anybody else because I feel like they drag down the game a lot of times. Even if everybody knows how to play, I just feel like it just, and then the solo game is so hard and it's really difficult. And I feel like it's really intense and the pressure's on way more than when I'm playing with other people. because it's almost like a timer, right? When you're playing against the game, and it's really difficult. And I really like it solo, but I just don't like playing it with other people, which is really weird because I like playing games with people. I will play games I hate with people because I just want to hang out with people, and especially if I like those people. But yeah, I get it. Terraforming Mars. And it's also been replaced like 3 times over now by other games that do similar things that I like playing better with other people.
Don't worry though, I got another engine builder coming up.
Oh yeah.
Number 2.
It's so oh my god. I'm just reading these things. Like these are awesome. And yes, Nix, you are correct. Even the chat goes on tangents. Andrew, yeah, Terraforming Mars became obsolete with the app Steam version. Top 5 games that became obsolete by apps. Yeah, I could do some of those. Chris, I feel like everybody's well, not everybody, but like anybody that's played another deck builder is cold on Dominion. But what were you gonna say, Mike?
Board game apps is something that I believe has been mentioned, suggested as a list before, and I just don't. I don't play enough board game apps or even games on Steam. I'm starting to, but anyway, go ahead. I wrote it down still.
My number 2 is a very popular game, and I'm actually thinking about giving it away at Origins as like a fun game to give away in the booth. I could trade it. I could probably trade it. I could definitely sell it. I don't really want to sell it. I'd rather trade a game or give a game away to somebody that's gonna like really love it and give it a good home. My number 2 also kind of replaced Terraforming Mars for a few minutes, and that is Arc Nova. I went into Arc Nova. I run into Arc Nova not wanting to like it because it was very popular, blah, 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 blah. I played Arc Nova and was very impressed by it and actually really enjoyed it. Thought it was really cool. I enjoyed the theme, even though it wasn't a zoo in space. I don't know why I thought it was a zoo in space, but it's not. I think because Nova was in the title. I was a little disappointed it was just like a zoo. But anyways, it's got a really interesting, like I really like where your scores meet, you know what I mean? Mechanic where you got like those 2 things you're trying to get around the board, and when they cross, that triggers the end of the game. There's a stack of cards like Terraforming Mars, right? Like so thick. The issue with that is you're not always going to get the kind of cards you need. So if they're not shuffled very well, or whatever, you could really get stuck not getting things that maybe you were trying to build for. You have to adjust. I mean, that's the nature of the game. It's a longer game. So there's time for that. But I really was impressed with like the action selection mechanic. Like I really liked that, where the longer you wait to take an action, the more powerful it becomes. Like I really love that aspect of the game, and I think that's awesome. I'd like to see that in more games. I mean, if Zarman's, demands did that, that'd be pretty cool. I'm just kidding. It's not even possible. But anyways, I really was impressed by that mechanic, and I thought that was really cool. Like, but I don't know. I've just been less and less interested in playing it and getting it to the table lately. If I give it to somebody that, if I give it away at the show, right? If we give it away at Origins or whatever, somebody's gonna be really excited to have Arc Nova, and I would be very happy for them. It's an excellent game. It's very well designed. I think it's really good. I just am not as in love with it as I may have once been. So Arc Nova, it's a little spicy.
So the action selection mechanic was directly taken from Civilization: A New Dawn, and it actually does it way better. I requested to play that with Bob, and we did. I didn't think the Civ part of that game was really that interesting. It was very abstract, but the upgrade action card mechanic in that was more advanced than Arc Nova. And I agree that that's the best part of Arc Nova.
Yeah, but I think New Dawn has so many other problems that don't make it very viable of a game, where Arc Nova is very, very viable. And I don't know that it deserves like the, hey, burn every other game in your collection, Arc Nova's here, accolades that it was getting last summer, when it first came out. But, it's definitely really solid. And, it has a fun theme, and, I like animals, but yeah, if I can't do my Tiger King zoo in space.
Tiger King zoo in space. He leaves us with that, really? I just want to add, I played Arc Nova and I'm like, oh, this is a good game, but I don't want to play it again. It's just so long. Why do these engine building games have to be 3+ hours? Why? It takes so long to build your engine, and all you're doing is chasing tags. And they've got this tacked on polyomino player board. I thought Arc Nova was way overrated from the absolute start. I did.
I like that. I like that polyomino player board. But, it's fine. It's a bitch to sort out and set up, but put away. But yeah, I get it.
Give me stuff to use. Give me resources. Don't make me just chase tags.
So would you like it better if there was if you were engine building, but you were building a tableau, and you were getting cards that then depending on where they were placed, in front of you, score more points or, things like that. And so you could have multiple levels, you could go up. And then maybe even you could place something on the cards to signify that it's a multiplier. Would you like that better, Mike, in a game?
Yes, I would.
Paul, can you design something like that, sir?
Yeah.
Also, hold on though. Mike needs bidding in it though. He's got to have bidding or he's not interested.
I'll write that down.
Okay, cool. Put that in your book you got from Gen Con. There you go.
I love it.
Mike loves bidding.
I do.
Okay. Oh, we lost Tim again.
Perfect timing. What's your 2?
Okay. My 2 was something that it's probably the lightest game on this list, but I loved it. It made me laugh so many times. I used to play this game anytime I got the chance to, because it's versatile. You can play it with people who aren't strategists and who are just casual players. But my number 2 is Bonanza.
I've never played. I'm dying to play this game. I want to play this game so bad.
I still haven't played my copy.
And
I want to play this game so bad.
The quick rundown of this game is that there's a deck of beans, and basically it's a set collection, but you draw beans off of these decks and you put them in your hand, and they have to stay in the order that you draw them off the deck. Now, when it's your turn, you can either play 1 or you can play 2. It's your choice, but you have to play at least 1. The second one's optional. Now you have, I think, it's been so long since I've played it, but I think you have 2 farms, which is basically 2 sets that you can have running at any one time. And if you are forced to play a bean that doesn't match either one of those, you have to discard one of your farms. And so depending on how many beans you get in that farm before you have to discard it, you get so many points. The bean will tell you if you had 4 of these beans, you get 2 points or whatever. So a lot of the fun of it comes from you trying to get rid of beans in your hands so that you can keep the farms going. And so you will have very funny trading moments where you're like, will you take a red bean if you give me a stink bean or whatever? And they might say no. Okay. And then you're like, crap. Well, they called my bluff. What I really want is just to get rid of this red bean because it's going to screw up my streaks here. So then you're like, okay, will you just take the red bean? And so now they're like, oh, wow, he must really not want that red bean in his hand. And they'll be like, no, I think I'm going to make you play that. So like, there's a lot of really funny, and then you're like, what if I give you the red bean and something else? Will you take it then? What if I give you the red bean and 2 something else's? So like, and a lot of times they're just like, no, burn your farm, you're done. It's got a lot of really funny moments, but I think the thing that made it fall off for me is it takes a long time to play for what it is. I mean,
oh, okay, because this game sounds fun. Like what you're describing sounds fun to me.
Yes,
but yeah,
and this is why I had so much fun with it the first like probably dozen times I played it, and I would take it to everything. But it's like, especially if you're playing with new players, this game can take an hour and a half. It's
wow.
This is not a game that should take that long.
No, I feel like this is a game that should take like a half an hour just by looking at the box.
It's going to be longer than that. I mean, yeah, it's going to be way longer than that. The deck is giant, and you have to get through it, I think, twice at least. I think it's 2 or 3 times, but I think it's twice. But I think the problem that I think the biggest problem with the game is when you score points, the backs of the cards have coins on them. And so when you score points, okay, so you discard 4 of these beans and you get 2 points. Well, you put 2 of the beans in the discard and you use the other 2 cards as I got those points. So like the second time the deck is smaller because people have gotten points and they're using the backs of the cards to indicate how many points they have. But the only problem is it gets really easy to tell who's winning at any given moment. So It gets to the point where it's like, okay, I'm definitely not going to trade with this person because they're winning, or yeah, I think I can trade with that person. They're behind. So it becomes a lot of like just kind of a leveling act because you're like, I'm not going to give that person what he wants. He's winning.
I mean, that happens in like Catan, right? When you're leading in Catan, nobody will trade with you.
Which is my least favorite part of Catan too. So
sure.
I don't like games where it's like, it doesn't really feel like it matters if I pull out in front because the other players have so much power that they can just kind of bring me down anyway. And so the first 90% of the game just feels like it's just leveling everybody out. And then it just only matters what happens in the final 10%. And that's kind of like the same problem that I had with another one on my list, which was an honorable mention, which is Small World.
Oh yeah, that could have been on my list as well. Yeah.
That's the same problem is you're not supposed to know how many points everyone, but everybody you're not supposed to know how many points everyone has, but everyone kind of knows, okay, that person got 12 last round and 10 the round before that. That person only got 8 the first round and then 9 the next round. So I don't think they're doing that good. And so it became just kind of a leveling act of like, okay, I'm pretty sure this person's winning. We're going to knock him off this round. And
bash the leader. Right. Yeah. That happens.
Yeah.
I still want to play Bonanza once just because I enjoy trading a lot.
I would, because the trading moments are really funny. For me, it takes way too long for what type of game it is, and I think that it's just too easy to tell who's winning at any given moment.
So, I'm gonna just interrupt because I love this quote so much, and I don't know if anybody else will get it. Do you guys get this quote? He has a wife, Incontinentia buttocks. It's a Monty Python, Life of Brian. Holy crap. It's so funny. Here's a tangent, right? Real quick. I love Monty Python, especially because, like really old 70s Mel Brooks, he pushed the envelope and they would just try to offend people. And because that's what's funny. And, or like poke really sharp sticks at like big established things that you shouldn't make fun of, but you're going to. And so Life of Brian is basically about a guy who was born at the same time as Jesus that people keep mistaking for him.
I think Jesus took revenge on that.
Oh, all right. My number 2. Yeah, I still want to play that one. I gotta play Bonanza.
Oh, he's back. Tim,
yeah, I'm back.
Go ahead and finish your
thought. Down. Jesus couldn't keep me down. I'm back, like Jesus, back from the dead. But no, like that movie, Life of Brian, was actually banned in England for like 20 plus years because they found it too offensive. And there's nothing that bad in it or whatever. But at the very beginning of the movie, the three wise men actually show up at Brian's house offering gold and frankincense and myrrh. And Brian's mother's like, "Oh, thank you so much for the gold, but maybe next time don't bring the frankincense and the myrrh." And then the three wise men leave, and she's like, "Well, that was really weird." And then the three wise men come right back in, push her over, take all their gifts, go back down like next door to the manger where Jesus is being born. And then it's hilarious. It's so good. It's so good. Anyways, that's the Life of Brian tangent. That's what everybody's here for. And yeah, so Brett, he says that Bonanza is great, but the design does feel a little antiquated. I get that. Is that a Reiner Knizia? Who did? It's a bigger name. Who did?
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg. Uwe, right? Uwe, which is weird because Uwe is usually a little heavier. But
it was one of his first games.
Oh, look at this, Andrew. Welcome back, Andrew. And I'm glad that we were on a tangent for you.
I love Life of Brian, but it has been so long since I've seen it. I watched it a lot.
What's myrrh? It's a bomb. You don't give a bomb to a baby. I forgot all about that line. It's so good. No, balm. Yeah, it's so good. Oh,
wow. Okay.
Bob, that's also an amazing joke too. Okay, sorry.
My number 2 might offend some people on the show.
Oh, my number 1's going to make everybody mad at me. So go for it. You're not going to do worse than me, Mike. You're not going to do worse.
Okay.
Than me. I guarantee you. I've got the most Spitfire game on this list.
I'm excited for it. So I picked a game. It is another engine builder with a tacked on civilization theme by a friend of the show, but it's just too long, and that's Mosaic, A Story of Civilization. I'm sorry,
our buddy Glenn Drover.
love so many of Glenn Drover's designs, and I think I even rated Mosaic an 8.5 in our review because the engine building actually feels very good. It does. But that setup is atrocious. I never want to see that board ever again. You literally have to drop probably 40 to 50 tokens on that board. Then the rule book says flip them over, and then some of them go away if they have a blank. Like, really? So you're putting 50 tokens out on the board and then like almost half of them go away? I never want to do that again. And the engine building feels good here, and the tag chasing feels good, and I don't like that about Arc Nova, and it's kind of my least favorite part of Terra Mystica or Terraforming Mars. Yeah, but it gives you stuff. You can collect income, and then here's all that stuff, and now do a bunch of stuff with that stuff. I like that about engine building games, but why do all these engine building games have to be so long? It shouldn't take 2 to 3 hours to play these card-driven engine building games. You know what I'd rather play? Earth. All day. Earth is fantastic. I would rather play Earth over Terraforming Mars and Mosaic any day of the week. It's not even close. I am loving Earth right now. I need to just go buy it. If you want to play a good engine building game, Earth feels really good. I'm sorry, Tim, but Mosaic, man, I just don't really want
I've never played Mosaic, and my favorite Glenn Drover game is 10 years old. So, it's fine. I love Glenn Drover. I think he's a great designer. I've never played Mosaic. I'll totally play it, but
heck, I like Raccoon Tycoon better than any of you guys do, and I'd still play that right now. I even bought Lizard Wizard last year at Gen Con so he could sign it. Because it's a amped up Raccoon Tycoon. I'm still excited to get that to the table, but
so were you trying to make that sound like it was going to be Gempire before you?
I know, right?
Oh,
I know, Paul. It totally kind of
no. I have a totally different segue for that.
I love Paul's over here sweating. He's writing in his book. Today, Mike hurt my feelings, and I'm gonna kill him at Origins.
And he really likes bidding, so
Bob can just sell me his Earth. It'll work out perfectly. There you
go. Bob will trade you his Earth for your dwellings of Eldervale. Dwellings,
of course he will. Of course. And where did I go? I think it was Andrew. Oh no, David. Andrew. It's a table hog. It's insane to set up. I'm sorry. There's too much going on for what's just a card-based engine builder. And yeah, there's area majority. And I gotta say, I never liked that board. Yes, I get that board is a mosaic, but the color palette choices are terrible. I'm not colorblind, and I struggle with the difference between some of the areas on that board.
Do you think they should have consulted Katia before doing a mosaic? Just saying. While we're talking about friends of the show.
Bob had to write lines on his board to make that game playable for him. So let me tell you how non-colorblind friendly that game is.
I don't remember what I said that nailed it, but I'm glad I did.
I've pulled a lot on Mosaic.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's fine. Glenn Drover is going to be fine. He just launched a new game on Kickstarter from Forbidden Island Games, right? That fairies and something, which I am less than impressed by the box art. It does the like digging in. It looks cool, but the box does nothing for me. Like I looked at the box art and I'm like, I don't care about this. And then I saw it was a Glenn Drover game and I'm like, well, I better look. And then I was like, oh, okay, this looks good. But you want to talk about box art, like not making you interested in a game.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But it plays 45 minutes to 60. That's just far more appealing. Why does every engine building game and Euro game lately have to be 2.5+ hours? Why? There are so many good Euros out there that play like right around an hour to an hour and a half. There are some fantastic games out there that do that. And it's like every huge Euro that comes out lately is like 2.5, 3 hours. Look, I love Darwin's Journey, but that's like a learning game's 3+ hours. I thought Terracotta Army was good too. That's 3+ hours. I enjoyed Encyclopedia. That's 3+ with a teach. Why do they all got to be so long? It's killing me. I want a good Euro that can play in an hour and a half.
Thank you. That's what I want. Yeah, no, agreed. We played Earth, taught it, and we played at max player count, and multiple people were learning. I already knew how to play, so it was pretty straightforward for me. Nice and fast. It was really good.
So there you go. That was my tangent, the point I wanted to make for the night. I have 2 engine building games that are just too long for what they are. They don't have to be that long. Earth is fantastic, and you're done in 90 minutes tops. There you go.
Ooh, Jason, I do love Gizmos. I
love Gizmos.
I might have played Fantastic Factories once. I don't remember. But I do love Gizmos. And then Andrew, yes, Concordia is, well, if you watched our top 50 games last year, that was my number 1. It supplanted Cthulhu Wars.
My number 2.
It definitely takes, I mean, all of these games, right? They got to take place in the Mediterranean if you're going early civilization, because that's where early recorded civilization occurred. I get it. It's a thing. But whatever. That's why what you do is you go theme adjacent, make it a generic fantasy or a unique to you fantasy, create a wonderful fantasy thing, but it actually could represent something that was in real life. That's the brilliance of like Game of Thrones. And some Martin Wallace games that aren't actually based on history are history adjacent.
A couple things to add to the live chat. That was Cartini from Darkness to the Light. And that was like nothing I've ever played.
Oh, dude, that was so good. It was so good. Really good.
And strong recommend. You're not wrong there, David. Oh, wait. No, wrong one. You're not wrong there, Nix.
Yeah, well, Nix, both you and David are not wrong. Yes. David, it is an even earlier ancient civilization.
Correct.
And I'm going to go. All right. Now you're getting killed. No, but I'm just going to say like recorded history that people in our bubble have had access to, I think if you're Paul and you're a game designer, you're like, look, this interests me. Like this theme interests me. So I want to create a game in this world, right? Like, so not to say that all of Paul's games have to take place in that same universe, but they very well could. Like Paul has already started, right, with Gempire. He could almost do like a role player thing. I'll be taking payment for this suggestion later, Paul, so it's cool. But like a role player thing where all your games take place. There we go. He's writing it down. I'm good. It's not just Mike in that book now. But all these games could take place in that same empire, in that same universe, right? You know, like that, like Cartographers, Role Player, all happen in the same universe. Descent and Runebound, you know, take place in the same universe. Things like that, you know, all the Warhammer stuff takes place in the same universe, whether it's Age of Sigmar or 40K, still the same universe. So, you know, like Martin Wallace, he did Australia, and that's really a game about like nationalism, you know, and colonialism, you know, as the English sort of invaded Australia and took it over for themselves, you know, by depositing prisoners there. But it's theme adjacent, it's history adjacent, because what they do is the way that he changes the theme and makes it really interesting. And so, I mean, there's all kinds of different ways to tackle theme and make it unique. And yeah, you can put a fresh spin on like, oh, it's just trading in the Mediterranean, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure that if Paul really, really, really wanted to, he could make Zarman's Demands, Gempire, I know I said that backwards, take place in the Mediterranean somehow. You could probably retheme every game that way. But
it's funny you say that, because my plan for my next 5 games is to make one for each of the cities in the Gempire. And basically it's going to be some kind of quirky theme around their customs or their culture. And basically the game is going to be around like what the city would be like if it won.
Nice.
So
see, now, Paul, don't get mad at me. Here's the thing that I love about the theme for Gempire, and it was a vibe that it gave me. And it's a vibe from a game that I absolutely love, Belfort. Belfort has like this fun, goofy theme. They're building up the city, and it's like gnomes and stuff. Completely different than your game. But I love the sense of humor that's like underlying in that game, and it just really appealed to me. And so kudos to you, dude, because there needs to be more games in the Belfort universe. There never will be. TMG's gone. I don't think Jay Cormier is making any more games, you know, like themed around that or anything, because it's been years. But I love like sort of that sense of humor that goes in there, right? And stuff. So bravo, sir. You've created a universe, live in it, do something with it.
Yeah, I mean, my tagline is a dad joke, right? At the bottom of the box. It says a game of endless stratagems. So yeah, that was kind of the thing all along. You want your game to have style, because that's what people remember, you know.
Ooh, David's got a question for you. How much lore is included with Gempire?
So not a whole lot yet, and that's kind of what the other games are going to be for. Like,
okay,
that's like the other games are going to be like, this is a weird custom or something quirky about their culture that this city is built around, and this is kind of what the best possible outcome of the city would be if it won the competition. This is exactly what it would be like, and so. They're not going to be, I'm going to try to make them kind of quirky and unusual. So that's what I'm working on right now, but not a whole lot other than the fact that King Zarmand is leaving his old capital and he's holding a competition to see who can satisfy 2 of his 3 demands.
Tim did not realize it, but he was setting you up there, Paul. I was just waiting on you to tell him that you had other games that were coming for the Gempire.
So you already knew that, Mike?
I'm privy to this knowledge.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, listen, that's how good I am. Me not so smart at board game. And you no good with technology. But listen,
He's bragging he's going to get cut off in like 2 seconds.
I don't
know. We never officially said hi to Jason, and now that he's here, we're going to drop a couple of his bombs in here. So we got this one. and then he also
I missed that one. That's so good.
A very similar joke with a totally different style.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I'm not cooled on Terraforming Mars, Ark Nova, and Mosaic is that he could actually play one of those while watching Whiskey Wednesday because they go so long.
Listen, hold on, Jason. I'm fine as long as you don't cool on the board game rundown either.
Hey!
We were complaining that you weren't here earlier. We're like, where's Jason? We haven't seen him yet. Like, if Jason would be here making this joke.
I don't think all long games are bad. I don't. There's just a certain expectation I have of long games. Maybe that's what it is.
Hold on, Andrew. You'd give a good example of the Imperium series. Are you talking about this series that I just got in a trade? I'm so excited. I got Imperium Classics. Legends is also in this box. Holy smokes, I'm so excited about this. I did trade my old copy of Vasco da Gama for it. I'm very excited about it, though. Anyways, Imperium is a great game. Can't wait to play it more. And it came sleeved. I'm so excited. Anyways.
Alrighty. Paul, what's your number? Wait.
No, it's my number one.
I think
we're still on my number 2?
Yeah, Bobby, I got both. I got both for one game, but it's an out-of-print game. I could have sold that out-of-print game for a lot of money, but I'd rather get a game I like, and then this person gets something they like. So good for them.
All righty, Tim, let's hear it. Your number one game you've cooled on.
Okay, so I would say, like, by putting this game on my list, I'd be worried about getting kicked off the show. But it's my show. I'm a pull rank. I'm a pull rank. It's my show. You can't kick me off my show. You could sit next to me and you could scowl at me, but you can't kick me off my show. This is a game.
Guess what this is.
This is a game that all of my friends love. They all love. If I never play this game again, I'll be fine. I'll play it. If Mike goes, "Hey man, I want to play blah blah blah," I'll be like, "Yep, I'll play it." And maybe I'll fall in love with it again. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm just not really caring about it. No, David, you can't vote to kick me off. I mean, all the guys will just go start a new channel that everybody else will watch more than they would watch me by myself while I sit. And I don't like hate this game. I just don't feel the burning desire for everybody else for this game that everybody else does. And this is going to be really tough because I don't know that I don't think everybody knows that I've cooled on this game as much. Planet Unknown. I just don't care. I just don't care. It's fine. It's fine. It's a good game. It's really well designed. I love a lot of things about it. It's really interesting. If I never play it again, it's fine. It's fine. I don't care. I'm happy to help people get this game. I understand people really love this game. Like I got my sister a copy of Planet Unknown at Gen Con, right? Because you had to line up to get it. And because we were vendors, we were able to get in early. We were working with DV Games. So I was in early. Did Andrew just call it? I think Andrew called it. I don't know if he did that before I said it or not, but yeah, everybody can hate me. That's fine. It's a great game. I just don't care anymore. It's fine.
I mean, heck, I was trying to get Bob to bring it to Origins, and it was I got a meh answer on my Google sheet for it. So
I
figured he'd cooled on it as well. No, from Bob. No, he made it.
Oh dang. Okay, maybe I'm not the only one. I'm coming out of the Planet Unknown closet here as like it's fine.
I redid my top 50 last week just for fun, and PlanetUnknown rose more than any other game. I really enjoy this one a lot.
Listen, it's a good game. And I'm not saying I wouldn't play it, you know what I mean, or anything like that, but I'm not suggesting it, I guess, is where I'm at. The first time I played it, I was like, this game's really cool. There's nothing like it. It's really amazing. And then I played it like 2 more times and I'm like, this is fine. It's fine. One of those times was virtually, and that was not a great experience. I think mostly because like manipulating the polyominoes was a lot harder virtually. You know what I mean? To like get everything. Like I just do a lot better with like spatial games if I can physically have the pieces in front of me and like really manipulate them and look at things. And that's my own deficiencies. But
I'm
month.
I was about to tell Bob he can lug it one last time over to my house, and then I'll give him some money for it.
Or Dwellings of Eldervale.
No, we're not there. No, we're not there. No, and I rank PlanetUnknown higher than Dwellings of Eldervale, but I'm still not getting rid of it.
Yeah, I don't know that PlanetUnknown is in my top 100. I don't know that it's in my top 200. It just doesn't even like come to mind anymore. But it was the very first that came to mind on games that I've cooled on. You know, I don't know, man. It's
Tim,
really
you're
good.
breaking up. You're breaking up.
I know.
I don't know. Everybody has the right to cool on the games that they don't find interesting anymore.
I get it. It's still just a polyomino game, but I really enjoy it. Tim has probably crapped on PlanetUnknown enough, and
I've totally crapped on it by it. That's fine. So, I'm ready for all my friends except for Bob to hate me. So I know Bob's still there for me. Paul, I assume you haven't played PlanetUnknown yet?
No, but I know about it. My brother told me about it.
You could play it and you might love it. Like I would never like it's not like, oh, I wouldn't recommend this game to other people. Like I totally would recommend the game to other people. I just don't care if I ever play it or not. Like I really don't. So anyways, please. Oh, Jason. Fireball.
Cool.
Me too, Jason. Me too.
All right, Paul, what you got?
Paul, please, let's break hearts. Let's break some hearts.
Yeah.
This is going along with Mike, a Euro that I think is a little too long. I liked it for a long time, but I don't know. I had a very long stretch where I didn't play it, and then I played it like a few months ago, and I was like, it would have to take something big to get me to play this game again after that play. Like I do not want to play this game again. Now, I loved it for a long time, but I think it has partially something to do with the fact that I don't have as much free time as I used to. And I just can't I just don't have the time for it. But my number one game that I've cooled on is Imperial Settlers.
Oh, nice.
So I like the comboing in this game. Last time I played it though, I just felt like I was sitting there just watching people, and like one person's turn in the second round took like 10 minutes, and I'm just like, oh my god, just get done with it.
That's rough. It's rough.
Like you're just like, okay, yes, this is cool how you're pulling all of these combos, and then you're making a deal and you're getting something, and then you're playing more things, and it's like, it's cool for you, but when you're just the one sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, so this person's turn is going to take 10 minutes. This person's turn is going to take 10 minutes. It's like I'm waiting 20 minutes of downtime for a 3-player game. And that was only in the second round. So gosh, I can't even imagine how much downtime I would have had in the third round. So like it took so long. The second round took so long that we didn't even finish it. We were all just kind of like, wow, this round took so long. Do you guys even want to go through the third round? And everyone was like, not really. So
wow.
I don't know. I mean, how long has it been since you guys have played that game?
I mean, I don't feel like it's been
a
that
long time. I'd probably say 7 or 8 years. It's been a
Oh my
long time.
gosh.
I'm actually looking because I have this.
I
I
own
called it
Imperial Settlers.
2015, so over 8 years.
Hmm.
I wanted to play it again, actually, because I've gotten more
I-
into these engine builders.
I'm curious to see if you played it again, whether you would put it on that list of engine builders that that takes too long.
I
The
think
other,
I own it.
wanna
Maybe I got
play-
rid of it. Oh my gosh.
I want to
don't
play
remember.
51st State, which was
That's
the
the
original.
one I want to play.
that-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that more kind of, I guess, apocalyptic sort of theme.
I think the
Oh, wait,
other reason
David.
why.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. David said he's never met a truly AP person. Holy crap! Don't like. You are living a blessed life, sir.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyways, please continue, Paul. Sorry.
Well, I mean, it's not just the AP. It's just the fact that there's so many, like the engine building. You get so many more resources the second round, and you are drawing so many more cards, and you're deciding which ones to destroy and get stuff from, or you're playing cards that destroy other people's stuff, and you're deciding, okay, what would do the most damage to either one of these people. That's actually the other reason why this game really cooled on me, is because it felt like anytime I got a really good combo to go, somebody would just destroy it. And it's like,
Oh, sure.
I wanted to
raise
enjoy that. I built that. I wanted to enjoy that combo for a little bit. And it's just like, I get it down, and then before I get to use it, boom, it's gone. And I'm just like, that that sucks. I want to.
I forgot
tough,
about the
dude.
raise
That's
mechanic
tough.
in that game.
Yeah.
It's what I
Yeah.
really disliked about Evolution. It was a game of destroying each other's engines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, I build an engine because I want to enjoy it. It's like, it doesn't take that much strategy to be the one to just be like, yeah, that building's gone because that combo's too good. Like, good job, you played a card and destroyed one of mine. Or you played a couple swords and destroyed that building. Like, good job. But and then you get you get into the arguments, and then you get into the grudges, and that's basically all the Romans in that game are good at is forming grudges with people.
Yes.
Because they just produce a bunch of swords that can destroy people. So it's like, if you're the Romans, all you're going to do all game is make people mad at you. But I don't know.
I think my only problem with Imperial Settlers has been that the rule book was not one of the best ones that I've gotten into. So I've never been sure if I played that game correctly.
Yeah, we had to watch a video on it.
Yeah. So like some of the things felt a little ambiguous, and it's like, well, I think I'm doing this right. We all just kind of agreed, like, well, that's how we're playing it.
Yeah.
So it's consistent. But yeah, no, I get it. I enjoyed it. I think I still own it, but I'm looking around. I can't see everything that I own, but I thought I still had that game, but maybe I don't.
Mike, you should get it out again and give it a try and see what you think.
I don't own that one. I'd have to play somebody else's or maybe acquire 51st State. I've considered.
I really want to play 51st State, but
it's funny we're on this kind of card-based engine building tangent here.
Yeah, why, Mike? Why? What's your number one, and why is it Gempire's Armin's Demands?
Well, yeah, my number one all started when we had this indie designer jump in our Discord. He talked about how it won an award. It had this goofy theme with gyms in it. I had to throw that joke out there once. Saved it towards the end. All right, my number one. I'm probably the only one that was really, really hot on this game. I was so hot I put this game in my top 20. I played it for the first time last year, and I racked up 16 plays of this game just last year. And this is another one of those racing games, but it's long shot the dice game. I loved this game when I played it the first half a dozen times. Loved it. I still really enjoy this game at like 3 players.
Revenge, Tim.
Yes, I always like to say I love combos, especially the pizzeria pretzel ones. But no, long shot the dice game. And the reason is because this game, it's a roll and write. And it's got a lighthearted theme. And the box says it plays in 25 minutes, unless you play it with 5 or more people. Because what should be a simultaneous play game, because you're rolling a d8, and guess what? That moves one of the 8 horses, and then the d4 tells you how far that horse moves, and then you're going to take that d8 number and you're going to choose an action. You're going to do stuff with that. Well, most of those actions everybody can do simultaneous. Oh, unless you're going to buy a horse. Oh, the first player wants to buy a horse. Oh, well, the person that's 5th wants to buy a horse. So they're going to have to wait to see if that first person buys a horse. Oh, it's the same horse. Oh, well, they can't buy that same horse. So you get this, like, it should be simultaneous play unless certain actions are chosen. And then that drags the game out a little bit. And then if when you get to the end of the game, there's this mechanic where you can move horses backwards or forward. You can't win the race with these additional movements, but now we've got a beat on the leader problem, because whoever bought the horse that's in first is going to get moved backwards. And then the next horse that's in front, it's going to get moved backwards. Oh, and then the next horse that's in front, it's going to get moved backwards. And this very predictable cycle is going to continue until everybody's run out of ways to move horses backwards. Then the game continues. And then one horse limps across the finish line. When you've got 8 people doing this, it's like, oh, just make the game end,
freaking
please.
Tedious. I've never understood the love for this game.
And the horse movement, like, you can't do that simultaneous either. Okay, are you moving horses? Okay, I'll wait for you. Oh, we got 4 people moving horses. All right, you go first. All right, you move that horse backwards, and that person moves a horse backwards, and then they're moving 2 horses backwards once. And I still really like this game at 3 or 4. I like racing. I like betting. And it puts all that in one game. So I like this theme, and I still enjoy it at lower player counts. But with higher player counts, which it supports, 8, it drags so long, and this beat on the leader problem becomes just terrible. It's bad at higher player counts. It is actively a bad game at 6, 7, and 8. Like, I will never play this game again with 7 or 8 people, ever.
Well, you know,
and this was a top 20 game for me last year.
Of course.
So, yeah, I was higher on... This isn't a spicy pick, because I fully admit, I loved this game way more than the normal person should. It was just a game that was made for me. I still think it's great in lower player count.
I never understood your love for this game. I played this game at Origins last year for the first time, and I thought it was okay. I played Ready, Set, Bet, and I totally forgot about this game and never wanted to hear about this game ever again in my entire life.
That also happened.
Yeah.
Because it is amazing at higher player counts.
Listen, you know, if you're going to talk to Mr. Ed, you should always ask a steady source. He'll give you the answer that you endorse. He's always on a steady course. Talk to Mr. Ed. There's a lot of Mr. Ed jokes going on right now. Wilbur. Yeah.
I don't know why I put this game so high. It's only because I played it mostly with 3 and 4 players like a dozen times, and I think it's still good at those counts.
Maybe. I don't know, but I don't love roll and writes anyways. So for me, this is not the roll and write I want to play. I want to play Cartographers. Totally different game. I want to play Twilight Inscription. Totally different game. I don't want to play Long Shot the dice game. I really don't.
Bob,
I really
don't play Ready, Set, Bet with less than 4, and don't play Long Shot the dice game with 6 or more. Unfortunately.
Yeah, we should do lists that are like play
niches.
X and up. Yeah, they do. You're right, Paul. You're right.
They should.
So Paul, what's the optimal player count for Jumpire in your opinion?
In my opinion, it's 5.
It's 5. 5's the best.
I don't know. I that's totally an opinion, and I think most people like it at 4. But
well, you're the designer. I think your opinion carries like this much weight, right? So
I don't know. I just like
you're allowed.
When I have 5-player games, it's just so fun. The amount of mind games that you get to play with 5 people is like, oh, it's so fun. And I think 3 is just maybe a little bit too predictable. 4 and 5 for me are like extremely close. But 5, I think I just like it better. Kind of what you were saying earlier. I just like to play with people. Like I just like people being around, and 5 is one more person.
I will. Oh, go on. Go
ahead.
Sorry.
That was basically all I was going to say.
No, I was just going to say one of the things that I really enjoyed with Gempire is like, it's that decision of, am I just going to take these resources or am I going to bid on what's out here? And if I'm going to bid, who is bidding what? So, because I need to make sure I'm bidding enough to get what I want. And I really I used to really like to play poker. So I enjoy games where I get to play the players as much as I'm playing the game. And so Gempire sort of gives you that opportunity, you know, and so it's like, okay, this, I'm going to bid this because of X, you know, like I think that this person's going to do that. So yeah, I've only played it at 4 players. I've played it once so far. I've only played it at 4. I'm going to get the opportunity to play it more because you were kind enough to send us a copy to play. And so thank you again for that, because it was fun playing. I look forward to playing it more and getting the opportunity to play it with like a whole variety of players too. Right. And see how other people interact, because I've got some friends in the group that I can totally read, and I know exactly, like, deduction games are not always the best with some of those players, because it's like, no, I can read them super well. But when you play it with like a whole mixed bag of players, and sometimes I love playing games like that or social deduction games with people that don't know me, right? So Dan could be standing off to the side going, don't ever trust him. You know, he's a monster. He's going to wreck you. And then he's like, also, if we're playing this game, don't ever trust him. He's a monster. He's going to wreck you. But I love that, because I love trying to build these weird little like mini relationships with people and try to understand them and what they're doing and like why they're going to do things. And so with Gempire, like you can really, like that whole, am I going to bid this turn? And you can really, there was plenty of turns where it's like, I think I wanted people to think I was going to bid, and I actually took the resources because I wanted them to overpay.
Overbid.
Yes. Yes.
Great.
And so I appreciated that aspect. And then you also try to like downplay when you are going to bid, right? But you can't do that too much, because if you're downplaying stuff all the time, then they just know you're going to bid. You know what I mean? So there's that very much that Princess Bride logic.
Yeah.
Of, you know, I clearly can't choose the cup in front of me, you know, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so well done with that part of the game, sir, because I really enjoy that. I mean, well done with the whole game. You made a game. That's amazing. And not only did you make a game, it won an award, for crying out loud. You know, I really hope you have a great time at Origins showing off the game, because you know, like anything that isn't out yet, the more eyes that you can have put on the game, you know, the more feedback you can get, and the more that people can like experience it, the better. So, you know, congratulations, you know, to that, man. And to what I hope is a very successful Kickstarter campaign, so that you can keep making games. And then the caveat then will be, hey, Paul, remember Board Game Rundown? You know, now that you're like the new Stonemeyer Games, you know, remember Board Game Rundown? We were like really excited to talk to you, and we wanted to hang out with you. Remember us little guys? Like, still talk to us, please.
Yeah. I'm not saying this. I kind of got trapped into saying yes, like I'm going to be big and I'll remember you, but that's not. I mean, I don't plan.
Oh, I thought you got trapped into saying you were like our friends of the show and stuff. No.
No, I don't want to make it sound like I think I'm going to be big or anything like that, because I'm not expecting to be. This was just, I wanted to give people a game that they put on their shelf, and then when they see it again, they're like, let's play that. Yeah, let's play that. And like, it's not like a game that will ever get like, you'll never. I hope you never think of it as something that you've experienced at all, because the combinations of the victory conditions and the technologies and everything is so different every game that it just gives you a whole new experience. And I hope that causes it to stay on people's shelves for a long time.
I am ready to play it again.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to playing it. I believe Mike is bringing it to Origins. We're going to play it, at Origins. So no, man, I'm impressed by people that are able to go out there, like they've got a thing in their head and they're able to go out there and they're able to make it a real thing. And really just like create something. I love it. I'm a creative person, but like I've never gotten to your level, Paul. I've never gotten to like other people that have been on the show where it's like, oh no, I've made a game. It's like, well, I've never made a game. I've made a show that I get on and I BS with my friends on, but I've never made a game. So I'm impressed by that, by people that are able to go and do that. And, and the thing is with games, right, it's like movies or literature. It's all subjective. It's artwork, right? Some people it's going to land with some people and some people are going to go, it's not for me. And the jerks are going to go, your game sucks. And it's like, well, your game may not suck. It just isn't for you. Yeah. I mean, we talk about games we've cooled on. I mean, we've done overrated games, and stuff. It's not that like any of the games on my list. Ark Nova by no means is a bad game. It's a really good game. It deserves the accolades that it's gotten. I just don't care about it near as much. Planet Unknown, amazing game, does things that I've never seen in other games. I just don't care about it anymore. Like I've cooled on it. Doesn't mean that the guys at Adam's Apple Studio, the people that put their heart and soul into that game didn't do an amazing thing. They did. So, kudos to them. They've done something I've never done. Yeah, Jason, you're correct. Never play a game with me. Listen, if you want to win, if you guys want to win, play a game with me. You'll win. And yeah, you fell victim to one of the classic blunders. Never get involved in a land war in Asia. Only slightly less known is never go against a Sicilian when death is on the line. And this is where I buffer.
He's not buffering.
No, I could, as long as I can hold it.
Do you guys have honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Dead of Winter.
Oh, I was cold on that pretty early. But yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I think that one just became to where, like, if the traitor got outed, they would just cause as much chaos as possible and just basically ruin the game.
Yeah.
Code names.
Oh, I still love code names.
Oh, wow.
It's not, I mean, it hasn't cooled a ton, which is why it wasn't on my list. But, I like Codenames Duet a little bit more. I just kind of like the co-op version better than the competitive version. I think that I usually see the second team win in Codenames because they have one less card that they have to get, and they go after so many words have been already eliminated by the first team. So it's kind of like, okay, so your team has less to choose from and you have to get less cards. So I feel like it's a little bit imbalanced. It's still a fun game. I don't think people wouldn't have to drag me kicking and screaming to play it, but I think I'd rather just play the duet version.
No, it's totally fair. It's totally fair. Let me just shout out real quick because where did that comment go?
Dead of Winter was just never as good as I wanted it to be.
Trevor is pulling. I know that he is looking at two games on my shelf right here: Mall Madness and The Gambler. I know he is just picking on me for that, Trevor. I see you. I recognize you. And, why do you not like 1970s and 90s mass market games? What's wrong with you, sir? I love it.
I completely agree on Codenames. I have like 100 plays of this because it's a very easy game to get to the table with casual gamers. I still play a lot of games with casual gamers. But now there's just so many more word games I would rather play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nick says he would have to have liked Codenames to begin with. Yeah, I get that.
I don't like
I feel it's
downtime when I'm the guesser.
Mm-hmm.
And like that person, and I get it. Like I get AP coming up with clues too, because you never want to give a 1.
Yeah.
You want to at least have a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
And it's just never obvious it's hard to come up with those clues. It just is. And it feels good when you come up with them, but it takes time. You got to analyze all your words and make sure it's not the black one. And anyway.
Which is why I think the duet version is better, because you can think about your next clue while they're giving theirs. So I feel
I've never played duet, so
it's just a co-op version with 2 people.
I will say, Trevor, I'm really sad that your soul has become so charred and hardened that Monopoly credit card has replaced Small Madness. Nothing should replace Small Madness for you. And seek counseling, but it just means you're playing a good game. Oh,
I would just
Jason,
much rather anymore play Decrypto over any word game, and it's not that close.
Mike, you're not wrong. We had an amazing game of Decrypto with Jason from Board Game Mechanics.
It's a lot of fun.
It was so much fun, dude. It was so much fun. Please put that in your Origins bag.
Ooh, yes! Decrypto's being requested even. Love it.
Yeah, I got to get that game. Like, the more I play it, the more I'm like, I need Decrypto. You've won me over, Mike. Congratulations, sir. You can have Bob's Planet Unknown. I'll give that to you for Decrypto. How's that sound? I'll trade you. You can buy your own Decrypto. I'll trade you Bob's Planet Unknown for his copy of. I
have played so much Decrypto. I need to print more sheets for it. I've almost gone through all of them. I've played the game a lot. I love it.
I like it too. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's really good. I like the fine line of, I want to give a clue that's not too obvious. Oh, but we already missed 1, so I can't be too vague. I love that tiptoe that you have to do the whole time while simultaneously trying to figure out the other team's clues. Oh, really good. Total tangent there for sure.
All right. So Paul, you feel like we're like friends now after this? We've got to hang out more in person, kind of. I know we have a very nice relationship on the Discord, but are you ready to ruin like a potential friendship?
Yes.
Good, because you don't have much of a choice unless you hang up. Okay, so at the end of our shows lately, we've been doing a new thing.
Oh no.
My brother-in-law for my birthday wanted to get me the worst game he could possibly get. And I'm not going to lie, Patrick failed, because the worst game I've ever played is New Phone Who Dis or whatever game Mike had that one time. But we have been playing the classic 2017 game, Autocomplete. Okay, so Paul, in Autocomplete, here's the thing. This is from 2017, so you got to put yourself in that DeLorean, go back in time 6 years. And this is a game where it's going to be, my watch is talking to me. Dan, are you ready?
It's cheating.
So I'm going to say an autocomplete. I'm going to say basically like 1 or 2 words, and you guys are going to have to guess what Google would have auto-completed from that time.
Okay.
And this is going to be a competition between you and Mike. Last time we didn't have a guest because Matthew had to leave early. I just read like the second thing.
What's funny is turning it into a competition on like the show actually has been kind of fun. It's a terrible game.
Yeah,
but for whatever reason, doing it on the show has been pretty fun.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it like one of you is going to like answer first. I'm going to say a thing. One of you guys is going to answer first. And then we're going to go back and forth between for steals and whatnot.
I'm going to have to hide chat again.
Yeah, well, the chat won't apply this time. The chat doesn't get a vote this time.
But I don't want to use their answers because it's fun when they get to chime in. So I'm blocking our live chat. Paul, you only get to see the live chat if we tag them. Is that right? Is that true? Like you don't see any chat until we do that.
I'm seeing. I'm seeing chat.
Oh
yeah. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it until it pops up on the screen.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see the chat on the side. No, I did not see the chat.
Okay.
On the side.
Yeah. Okay. Now Jason's blocking you too, Mike, because you suck.
I get it. Anyway, I'm putting a box in front of chat so I can't cheat.
Okay. So, and then, if you've ever watched Whose Line Is It Anyways, the points mean nothing and the scores are arbitrary. So, let's start with number one, our first question of autocomplete of the night. And this is amazing. The second one.
Paul have first dibs.
The second one makes me laugh so hard. And let me just say, every time before I come down here to film and hang out with Mike and then whatever guest, my wife just says, "Don't get canceled tonight." So I'm gonna start this off now with our first autocomplete of the evening. Giraffes are blank. What is the autocomplete if you were to type that into Google in 2017?
Mammals.
No. Mike, your chance for the steal.
Good choice, Paul. That's what I was going to choose because I thought tall was too obvious, but I'm going with tall.
Not on there.
Really?
Yeah, and like everybody
one of us
in the
gets
chat.
it?
Yeah, let's keep going because these are amazing. These are too offensive not to.
Okay, giraffes are spotted.
Nope. More obscure than that.
Wow.
Less about their physical features.
Giraffes are herbivores?
Nope. And that was just in the chat.
Dang it. At least you know I'm not cheating.
Yeah, no, not really about giraffes at all. It's just the best clue I can give you. So don't say like they have hooves or have long necks, like none of that.
Oh.
Giraffes. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Okay. Let me just. Go on.
I have a guess. If he doesn't.
Go, Paul. It's your turn.
Giraffes are endangered.
You got one.
Oh,
Mike, you better amp it. And
I was gonna say they're cute.
No, Paul gets the point. Listen, let me just say, real quick, the opinions and thoughts expressed by the autocomplete game of 2017 do not reflect the opinions of the Board Game Rundown. But number one is giraffes are heartless creatures. Number two, hold on. Number two, giraffes are gay. Number three, Giraffes are fake. David had that one. Number 4, giraffes are selfish. Number 5, giraffes are dumb. Number 6, giraffes are insecure. Then there's going extinct, and then endangered, then cool and awesome. Those are all of the answers for that autocorrect. When I saw giraffes are gay as like the second answer, I was like, holy shit, I'm getting canceled tonight. Because if somebody guesses that, we are screwed. Because let me quote Seinfeld, not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh my God. I was going to do one, but I immediately skipped to the next one I grabbed. Okay.
Why are giraffes gay? And why are people Googling that?
I don't know why. That's amazing. And this game's horribly offensive by accident.
That one,
I got a really good one. Oh my God.
It's
that question was dumb.
Hold on, Bob. This whole game is dumb. Mike, I'm going to warn you. We've hit a whole new level of questions tonight. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Oh boy, what's next?
We've hit a whole new level. Nothing has been this bad. I think we've done this game at least two times now. This is the third time, Mike.
Third time now, yeah.
And I feel like they've been like pretty innocent and lighthearted. Tonight's getting dark. I'm just telling you, tonight's getting dark.
Blocking live chat.
As of 2017, Google autocomplete. Can I name my baby blank?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Can you name your baby blank? First one to blurt it out gets first shot.
Can I name my baby Satan?
Mike, I'm going to give it to you. Lucifer was an option.
I was going to say ISIS.
ISIS is not a choice. I'm going to give you another option. No, Jason, you cannot name your baby applesauce. That's not on here, but I love that option. Oops.
Yeah, it's going to be like Nazi.
You know what? Paul, I'm going to give it to you. Hitler is number 2. Can I name my baby Hitler? Mike, back to you. I'll give you more than one chance. But so far, Lucifer and Hitler have been taken.
I'm just going to make a movie reference that I know that probably nobody thinks about. Can I name my baby Frankenstein?
No, try again. And Chalupa Batman, I would have given you a point for, but that's for a show that I love.
Same show.
The League?
Oh, no, I was thinking of Big Daddy.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, that's good too. Okay, come on.
So
come on,
need
Mike.
a legit.
Mike. Yeah.
Oh boy. Can I name my baby?
Oh, it's in the chat. I see it in the chat.
God.
Don't look at the chat.
Can I name my baby God?
Yes, God is on there. God is on there, and that's not the one in the chat. Paul, you got to give us a good one.
I feel like I have to think like an idiot for these.
Oh, you do have to think like an idiot for sure.
Can I name my baby Stupid?
There's nothing close on here. Paul, I'm going to give you one more shot. Because I gave Mike two chances. So I'm going to give you 2 chances. But you were not close with Stupid.
Can I?
The one in the chat is still alive. I love it.
I don't want to look at it.
I know. I didn't share it for that reason, but I will say, Andrew F., you are on fire, sir.
Can I name?
Because you're going to hell.
Can I name my baby nothing?
Oh, you're so close. No, anything was definitely a possibility.
It's the opposite.
Right. Mr. McGiblets, Jason, thank you for the league reference. Jason Mantzoukas and John LaJoie are two of my favorite comedians. Okay, so guys, can I name my baby? Mike is going to get the point for that. That doesn't mean anything. Mike's going to get the point. So can I name my baby? Jesus was number 1, Hitler number 2, Lucifer number 3, anything was 4, God was 5, a different last name was 6, baby was 7, Beyonce 8, Blue Ivy 9, and King was 10. This is why people should.
8?
Yeah. This is why people shouldn't just have kids. I'm just telling you. I say this is.
This is why people shouldn't have access to computers.
Hold on. Famous tangent right now. So Rafi is my responsible for habit of having pocket dogs at all times. Okay, so in the show The League, there's a guy named Rafi. They call him El Cuñado. He's the brother-in-law. He is an absolute maniac in the show. Okay, I don't expect the show is not for everybody, but the show is for me. Rafi is my favorite character. He's one of my favorite comedians. When I was doing 5Ks all the time and I was running, and I'm going to get back into it. I learned that bacon was really good to eat like while you're running like a race or a marathon because it gives you like a lot of energy and it's high protein and everything. So I would cook bacon the night before I'd run a race and I put it in like a Ziploc baggie. And then I would put it in my like pockets, like my sweatpants or my shorts pockets while I was like doing the race. And my buddies, because we all watch The League, I'd pull this bacon out of my pocket and it's bagged. It's not just loose like a pocket dog, like a hot dog loose in a pocket, which is what Rafi would do. I did at least have it in a bag, but I would just say pocket bacon. So I'd be pulling bacon out of my pocket and we're eating bacon like while we're running races and stuff. Anyways. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, here we go. This is going to be nuts. You guys ready? Again, the game autocomplete does not necessarily reflect the thoughts and opinions or political stances of the board game rundown.
Or me.
Or Paul or Mike.
Right. I'm trying to guess what dumb people would Google, not what I would Google.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, Andrew. Okay, here we go. Autocomplete 2017. Is my bird blank? Is my bird
dead?
Dead is on the list. That's a good Dumb and Dumber reference. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Is my bird headless? No, that's not my guess.
I know.
Well,
but
I guess
dead is on the list.
All right,
everybody said dead.
Oops, I forgot to hide the chat. All I saw, okay, so all I saw was dead anyway.
All
right, I'm only guessing this because of the giraffe thing.
Yes, please do. Reason. Please do. Say it, Mike. Say it. I want you to say it so badly. Is my bird
gay?
Yes, that is on the list. I wanted you to say it.
Why? Why?
It's so terrible. It's terrible.
Why are people Googling that?
It was number 1, Mike. It was number 1.
No, it isn't. It isn't.
It is. Wow. It is. The world is a terrible place. Okay, please, Paul, please. Guess something else. Otherwise, Mike is going to go down as the is my bird gay? He Googled it. We have scientific proof that is a fact. We're going to throw him under the bus, make him a horrible person. Paul,
is my bird blind?
No, I'll give you one more guess before we give Mike the point. Bob says all birds are gay, or at least
Is my
I don't even know what that means.
Is my bird overweight?
No. Good try. Good try. Okay.
Well,
so number
what was your
one,
guess? Your audio got a little fuzzy for me.
Oh, he said overweight.
Okay.
So number one was gay.
Ooh,
number two.
Can I guess two more real quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, is my bird alive and is my bird straight?
No, neither one of those.
Okay, I figured I'd ask.
Worth a shot.
I'm gonna look at the chat.
So number two is my bird a terrorist?
What?
Is my bird dead? Is my bird sick? Is my bird choking? This one I don't understand, but maybe it's like a constipation thing. Is my bird egg bound? Is my bird dying? Is my bird molting? Is my bird lonely? Or is my bird cold?
Bird a terrorist? What?
Listen, when I saw is my bird gay as number one and is my bird a terrorist at number two, right. I was like, this is the one we're doing.
Is it nugget worthy?
Oh, dude, there's so many good ones. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right.
Oh my God.
Are you doing another one?
Oh, yeah, it's like 1-1 right now, right?
So dumb. Who won that one?
You did.
That makes it 2-1.
Oh, 2-1. Okay. Like I said, scores are arbitrary.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Mike. Let's make it real weird in here.
Uh-oh. You're making me guess first? All right.
We're going to make it real uncomfortable.
Why is this a game?
Either one of you one of you can answer first. And yeah, so eggbound is like being constipated. It's just that because eggbound is a farm term for a chicken who has eggs but can't lay them. Oh, and I'm going to guess that's Michael, that's Mike Giuliano, and he says that birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
Okay, guys, here we go. Mike, are you ready?
It's going to be as
real, but they're
uncomfortable as the swing story, as Sam's swing story.
Oh, Paul. Yes, yeah. It is. Autocomplete 2017 or my recent Google autocomplete. I'm in love with my blank.
Oh, no.
I'm in love with my blank.
I'm in love with my dog.
Oh, nope. Not an answer.
Mother.
Ooh, not an answer.
Dang, I thought that one would be on there.
No kidding. No.
It's still open to anybody. First thing.
I'm in love with my car.
Yes, car.
Ooh, yeah.
Paul, balls in your court, Mike. You got to steal it.
I got to think outside of the box, don't I? I'm in love with my doctor. Oh, we got a buffer.
I think that's probably going to be on there if I had to guess.
I said I'm in love with my doctor, Tim.
Oh no, you better guess again, buddy. Doctor's not on there. You better get on Pornhub real quick. Figure it out.
I'm in love with Tim's internet hamster.
Listen. That hamster is reserved for Richard Gere and nobody else.
Well, the funny thing is, my actual guess was going to be my gerbil, but I modified it.
Yeah. Nope, still not it. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
I'm in love with my
2017.
I'm in love with my wife's sister.
You're so close. I'm going to give it to you as in my
sister-in-law.
Just straight up sister.
Well, no.
Yeah,
no.
Mike. You guys heard it here first. It's on camera. Mike said he's in love with his sister. Everybody knows it now. Okay.
I didn't even know they had regular access to the internet in Alabama. Wow.
Dang. So it's now back on Paul because I put Mike in that very awkward spot. So you can't say car or sister. Those are taken. And Mike really meant it when he said it. That actually meant it.
I'm in love with my boss.
Yes, boss is on there. Oh, Mike.
I'm in love with my secretary.
No. Nope. I'm giving the point to Paul. Number 1 was my best friend. Number 2 was car. 3 was I'm in love with my sadness. What? I know. I live in this dark hole.
People are emo.
But I love it. I'm in love with my friend, my ex, my life, my sister, which I gave that to Mike, my boyfriend, good for them, and then my boss and my cousin.
There weren't as many weird ones as I thought there would be.
Not as bad.
There were some really weird ones, but like I thought about saying friend, and I was like, that's too obvious. That's not going to be on there.
No,
I moved my Star Wars deck building box just to read this comment.
Nice, Jason. I love you, man.
Losing in the first.
That's so good. That is so good. All right, guys, we're tied 2-2, and I know people aren't sick of autocomplete yet. So here we go.
Going back. Sudden death.
Here we go. According to autocomplete 2017 in Google, how to kiss someone with blank. How to kiss someone with
herpes.
Not on there, but man, I want to give you the points for that answer alone. I love that.
Oh wow! So I guess gold swords don't count either. How to kiss someone with fake lips? Botox?
Nope. Keep going.
How to kiss someone with a mustache?
You know what, Mike? I'll give it to you. Beard? It's how to kiss someone with a beard. So Mike is on the board. Paul, you have got to steal. You've got 2 chances.
I've never Googled that, for the record.
Okay.
You lie, sir.
How to kiss someone with a cold?
No, and don't overthink it.
2017.
Kiss someone with your lips.
No, don't go that basic, Paul. Go what? Give me one more shot. Not that basic, but like just elaborate a little bit more.
How to kiss someone with your tongue?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Paul is still alive, Mike.
Yeah, 13-year-olds entered the chat. How to kiss someone with I don't know.
Man, there's some good ones in the chat. Mike, don't look at the chat.
I'm not.
Think of something basic.
Okay. How to kiss someone with a big nose.
That is on there, and I'm glad somebody Googled that because they might have been trying to kiss me.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, good size schnauz as well.
I mean, hopefully somebody wants to give me a little kiss. Here we go. Mike, I want to let you know we got like 25 people watching right now. We're playing this dumbass game.
We are playing this dumb game. Sorry.
How to kiss someone with glasses?
Ooh, with glasses is it is on there. It is totally on there. And we also had that in the chat. So Kudos. Back to Mike.
All
So right now
hold
we
on a
have
second.
beard, big nose, glasses, and tongue. So 4 out of the 6.
Let me just figure out why all these have to do with me.
Oh,
how to
so-
kiss fat guys.
No, but try again. Come on, Tubby. You can do better than that.
This one's terrible.
This game's so dumb.
How to kiss someone with with I don't know. I don't know.
Come on.
How to kiss someone with a board game addiction.
No, come on. We know that's not a thing.
I know. I'm totally drawing a blank on this. How to kiss someone.
I got one.
Go for it.
How to kiss someone with bad breath.
Not on there. That would have secured you the point, but it will give Mike still a choice, an option.
What?
Oh,
what
listen
did
here.
You say?
Donnie just said it. Donnie is one of the designers of Mission Control, which I'm super excited to see or play at Origins. Donnie, thank you so much for being here. Holy shit, that's exciting that you're here, man. Thank you for being here.
What was that one of the answers though?
No, bad breath is not one of the answers. I wanted to make it an answer because Donnie suggested it, but it's not, so I can't.
Dang.
And if you know anything, Mike, I am strictly adherent to the rules. I don't like to get any rules wrong when we're playing a game. Or at least I teach it with one rule, maybe a little askew.
I'm having way more fun with this than I thought I would.
I know, it's ridiculous.
That's the stupid thing about this game is my brother-in-law tried and failed to buy me the worst game ever. We have made it fun somehow.
And we actually laugh every week about these dumb answers. I need to be dumber, I guess.
Come on, Mike.
How to
You're gonna
kiss
kick
someone?
yourself.
How to kiss someone with big feet?
No. All right. This point goes to Paul.
Yeah.
Number 1 was with braces. Mike, come on. So obvious. 2 was a beard. 3 was big nose. 4 was glasses. We had that one. 5, small mouth, small lips, a lip ring. This one's problematic without them knowing. And then tongue. And then the last one was how to kiss someone with mono and not get it.
I was close with the cold.
You were really close with the cold. I almost gave it to you. But you were clearly beating Mike so badly. Okay. So this will be for the win for Paul or for Mike to stay in it. Autocomplete 2017.
This game is restored my
I want to steal a blank.
Oh no.
First answer or me first?
Yeah, first answer.
I want to steal a car.
Yes, steal a car is on there. Paul, you got 2 chances.
Okay, I want to steal.
There's some
Blocking chat.
There's some really rough ones on here.
I only saw car.
There's some very obvious ones on here too.
I want to steal a dog.
Yes, dog is on there. Mike, back to Mike.
I want to steal.
Oh no.
I want to steal a credit card number.
No, you got one more chance. One more chance. And these are not the ones I'm posting are not.
I want to steal a stereo.
No, Mike. Paul
really
is going to win the game because people didn't steal stereos in 2017.
I want to steal someone's identity?
Nope. Number one was I want to steal a kiss. Number 2, I went to steal
dumb.
a dog. Number 3, steal a girl from her boyfriend. Number 4, nobody would have gotten, but it was number 4 somehow, is donut truck. Number 5 is one that I think
Why?
I don't know.
That blows my mind.
What does a donut truck look like?
Donnie got this one. It's later down or farther down. It's a phone. But yeah, so married man. Andrew, I believe it was Andrew that got this one. This is problematic that he got this. I want to steal a baby.
I thought of that one.
You should have said it. You should have said it. Well, you're already winning. You didn't have to.
I thought dog was a better answer, but I was between baby and dog, and I said dog.
Man, those are so good. Those are so good. Then it was it was a baby, then a car, then a phone, then a cat. Which I thought if somebody said dog, somebody might say cat. And then the last one was I want to steal a bike. So congratulations, Paul. You are the winner of tonight's autocomplete.
He's got the tone back out. He's
writing it down.
His play with a quill.
I love it.
I'm going to log that on BGG tonight.
I love it.
I actually do log plays of this. I'm ridiculous.
Oh, you did?
I do. This will be my 3rd.
I love it. That's so good. And yeah, you guys, winner of dubious title. Yes, David, you are correct. And Paul, you need to put that crown back on because you won, sir.
Yay! Nice.
Jason. You guys chat for a sec. Pretend like I'm frozen. I'm gonna be right back, but don't go anywhere. No, nothing, nothing nefarious. I'll be right back.
I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what he's going after. No idea.
Probably the toilet. Probably the bathroom. We can make it an autocorrect for the chat.
Yeah, my co-host suddenly ran off because blank.
Tim is going to grab a.
That Taco Bell got the best of him. Nope. Says here not on the list. Too much whiskey makes me frisky. Vote him out. Yeah, there you go. Can't even live up to his obligations as a co-host. I'll just look at some of these.
Mike, how much of what percentage of your time at Origins is going to be spent in the booth as opposed to running around meeting people, playing games?
Probably less than half. So our producer that owns the store and runs the show, he wants us to have a minimum of 2 people in the booth. Now we have one guy that's going to be there just running like our equipment and everything, our video board, an editor essentially, because our regular editor can't make it. He's in the chat actually. And so he'll always be there. And then I think we still want to have at least 2 of us from the show in the booth at all times. So I actually just kind of threw my name in randomly on a schedule that we created. And I was still at like less than half of the time I'm required to be in the booth. So I'd like to roam quite a bit, actually. So
Andrew's narrating my entry here.
Yeah, that is accurate. No, full disclosure, the full 42 usually plays like Green Team Wins or something with their guests after a live stream. And I said, I see you. I see what you're doing. I see you playing a good game there. And yeah, I did have to go to the bathroom. But I'm going to play the worst game I own. Well, the third worst game I own. And we're all going to do it. So.
And I end up laughing like this every time. Some of the answers are just like, why are so many people Googling this? Oh, man. It's funny.
Yeah. In love with your sister.
Why is my giraffe gay?
I know. So many of those. So yes.
What do you think?
These your diary comments.
Come off? Dying. Like, what do you expect to come off if you Google giraffes are gay?
I don't know. And yes, Nix, thank you. I do. I sanitize, sir.
Let's find out. Oh, I mean, go ahead.
I don't know that I'm gonna do it.
Play with a green screen. Play green screen with a green screen. I'll be impressed. David, I got a funny story for you. So if you have noticed, our thumbnails have changed because we actually like showed up to the studio and took pictures in front of a green screen, like doing different poses. Oh, I love this game, or or Mike and I like toasting each other, right? So we've done all these things. I showed up to the day where we were going to take all these pictures in front of a green screen wearing a green Notre Dame shirt. So I'm super smart. Thankfully, I brought a change of clothes, so I had other shirts to change into. But yes. David, no, it's gonna look like the Sistine Chapel. It's gonna look like not a Picasso, a Pollock. It's gonna look like a Pollock painting in here. You don't want to see that.
So I just want to point out that apparently giraffes in Kenya frequently display behavior that appears to be sexual in nature between male and male giraffes. I
appreciate how progressive they are. That's great. Who knew that giraffes in Kenya were that progressive? Good for them. We got Brandon. And then, yes, Nix got my reference. Thank you, Nix. You're here for me. Jason, I could give you a real quick version of that photo shoot.
Brandon walked in on you talking about gay giraffes, Mike. No idea.
That's right. I did look it up. I want to know why people were Googling it. Like, why is it so popular to Google? I found out.
So for anybody that is like slightly older, maybe saw this movie in the 90s, but if you remember any of the photo shoots from Austin Powers, no, yes, show me love. That was like a lot of what our photo shoots were. Really, it was just me yelling stupid things at my friends and trying to make them laugh while they're trying to like pose and make serious faces. Because that's the kind of jerk I am, because I'm just an idiot and a goofball. No, I like seeing my friends try to be like, I'm going to do this thing. And it's like, okay, Bob, now pretend like you're in love with me. Bob would just make like the worst face. It was so good. But yeah. And then, yes.
Yeah, I'm feeding the algorithm.
Why is that an autocomplete? Because of people like Mike.
Yeah, I got curious.
Tim, have you ever played Balderdash?
Yes, and I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
I figured you'd like that game.
Yeah.
Or at least be very good at it.
Well, yes and no, right? So Balderdash for me, early on, I feel like I'm good at it because I'm trying to come up with all kinds of crazy but possible definitions of these words. And then it devolves into me wanting to make my friend, because in Balderdash, you have to read what the definitions are out loud and people have to vote on them, right? So it then for me devolves into what's the worst thing I can make Paul say. So I'm going to write it down. It's Paul's turn to read this. He's not going to want to read it out loud to the whole group. I'm going to make Paul read out loud a very terrible thing. And so then I will write that down as my answer. I won't get any votes, but I will make everybody say the worst things possible. And yeah, I love where this whole giraffe thing's going. That was the first one we did, wasn't it? Wasn't it giraffes?
Still laughing about this.
That was the hardest one.
It was. Like, what are people Googling about giraffes?
Because none of them made any sense, and we didn't even have, like, I didn't have, like, a precursor as to, like, what the answers would be like. So I'm like, oh, maybe they're somewhat normal. And I'm just, like, way off.
Nope. Endangered was the only one that even was close. And that was, like, a legit answer. But everything else, I knew. That's the thing is, that game, like, maybe by, like, the 10th card, if you're playing that game, maybe by the 10th card, you kind of get in a rhythm and you can start to guess some of the weird crap that people have written in. But when I catch you flat-footed at, 10 o'clock at night, and we've just done this list where we're talking about board games that we love, and I'm like, hey, we're going to play the dumbest game you can ever imagine. And now you're going to have to figure out what some idiot on the internet entered into a Google search. Here we go. Like, it totally catches you off guard. I love it.
I had fun with it.
It's ridiculous.
Well, now that Paul's taken off the hat, it's less bonkers. If I did have a fez, I'd wear it because fezzes are cool. Another reference for anybody?
I might be dropping a giraffe meme in our Discord shortly.
I hope so. Tim and two giraffes walk into a bar.
Oh, God.
Fill in the blanks. That kind of reminds me of the movie The Breakfast Club. I always wanted to know the end of the joke where it goes, a naked blonde walks into a bar with a poodle under each arm, and then he falls through the ceiling, and you never hear the end of the joke.
Yeah.
Can I? Oh my God! Can I tell you guys like a really bad joke that'll take too long?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You ready?
It's like those engine builders that take too long.
Yeah. Exactly
yes.
like that.
At least 3-hour worker placement games.
So these three guys they're good friends. These three guys are stuck in the desert. They come across this oasis. In the oasis, they find this lamp. The one dude rubs the lamp, and a genie comes out and goes, hey, I'm going to give you 3 wishes. Well, there's 3 of you here. I'll give you each 3 wishes. I'm feeling really generous. So the first guy says, I want $1 million. Genie goes, poof, $1 million right in there, right in your bank. So the guy checks his phone, right? Gets his phone out, checks his bank account. He's got $1 million in there. He's like, awesome. Second guy goes, I want to be the richest man in the world. Genie goes, okay, granted. Boom. Guy checks his bank account. I mean, there's trillions, whatever, dollars in there. He is the wealthiest man in the world immediately. Third guy goes, I want my head to go like this for the rest of my life. Genie goes, okay, poof. So the guy starts going like this. Genie goes, okay, it's time for your second wish. First guy goes, I want to be as handsome as Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. I want my girlfriend to like fall in love with me. You know what I mean? And think that I'm the hottest guy. And the genie goes, poof. Guy gets like super hot. Like he's hot as Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. Second guy goes, you know what? I just want to be the hottest guy in the world. I want to be so hot that guy's girlfriend will sleep with me. Poof. Guy is super hot. Hottest guy in the world. Third guy goes, okay, I want my left arm for the rest of my life to go like this. Genie goes, okay. So now that third guy is going like this. Okay. Time for your third wish. First guy says, I don't ever want to get sick again. Genie goes, okay. Boom. Never get sick again. That first guy, his asthma clears up, his acne and anything like that is all good. Like he's good to go. It's great. Second guy goes, you know what? I never want to age or be sick. Like, I just want to like look like this for forever. Gene goes, bang, boom, done. So not only does the guy not age, but he looks like 10 years younger. He looks great. You know, he looks like Brad Pitt when he's like 23. It's amazing. Third guy goes, okay, I want my right arm to go like this for the rest of my life. Jeannie goes, okay, boom, done. So that guy's like, all right, great. So the three guys, they all part. They want to meet up. Like, let's meet 10 years later. And like, let's see how we're doing. So the guys all part ways. They come back 10 years later. They meet. First guy goes, you know what? I'm great. I took that $1 million. I invested it. I'm super rich. You know, I'm doing even better. You know, I'm super good looking. You know, my now wife loves me, blah, blah, blah. Second guy's like, yeah, I took a bunch of that money and I had and I gave it to charity and stuff. So now everybody loves me because I'm super charitable and I'm also still super rich. And not only does every, you know, person on the planet like in love with me, but even that guy's, you know, wife loves me and stuff. And yeah, things are going great. And the third guy's going like this. And he's like, guys, I fucked up. That's the whole joke.
Oh boy.
What?
Because the first two guys wished for like stuff that was like good, and the third guy wished for stupid things. That's the whole joke. It's not good.
I thought you were gonna like tell me that there was a flood that came and he was the only one who escaped because he was
no. That's the beauty of that joke, is there's no point to anything that the third guy did. It walks you through that whole thing for nothing.
I just want to say
hates that joke. My wife hates that joke so much.
It's pretty rough.
My wife hates that joke so much.
The Whiskey Wednesday Discord, it's worth a look when you get a second.
Oh, I'm getting glimpses from it.
Oh my god, Mike!
It's not even my meme. It's what Mike put.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is too good. This is too good. Oh, man.
There's some good ones in here.
All right. All right. Fine. You got me. Oh, boy.
Last guy swims the Pacific. Yeah, no, nothing does good. Before his third wish, he was an Acme-covered asthmatic Brad Pitt. Yes, you're correct. And David, I would say always go last, except in this case, because that guy made bad decisions. I don't know why that joke always stuck with me. It's so bad. It's so terrible. But I think that's why I love it, is because you're waiting for this big buildup, and then it's just garbage. It's just garbage. It's so bad.
It certainly wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah, you know. And now everybody in the chat, you know, wants to kill me for telling such a bad joke. It's sort of like there's this joke about this guy who he walks to work every day. It takes him like an hour to walk to work every day. And on the way home, there's this restaurant that he loves, and he stops and he eats there, but it gives him like the worst gas. So, you know, he every once in a while he stops there and he eats, but then he gets like all his farts out like on the way home, right? He's walking home and like gets them all out, gets home, no problem. Well, it's his birthday. So he walks to work, it's his birthday, and he's thinking all day, and he's like, well, this is my favorite restaurant. Like, surely I can eat at this place, and I can get like, I'm gonna hit it hard. I'm gonna get in there, I'm gonna hit it hard. And because it's my birthday. Like, when I leave work, I'm getting to that restaurant. So he walks to this restaurant and he eats just like all the things that just like wreck his stomach, but they taste so good. So he's walking home and he's like, he's trying to get them all out. His wife meets him at the door and she's like, happy birthday, you know, and he's like, okay, yeah, you know, thank you so much. I love you. And she's like, okay, now I need you to close your eyes. I got a surprise for you, but I need you to close your eyes. So he's like, okay. So she walks him into their house, and he could tell like where they're walking. They walk into the dining room, and she's like, okay, now keep your eyes closed. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get your surprise for you. So he's sitting there, and he's got his eyes closed, and he's like, oh God, it's still happening, right? So he's like, he's ripping these, and they smell really bad, and they're loud and everything. And he's like waving them away. And then like, you know, like finally he kind of like clears the air after just like dropping all these horrible bombs. And he hears his wife like start to walk back in the room. He's like, okay, hold on. Okay, we're good, right? We're good. His wife walks into the room and goes, surprise. And, you know, he opens his eyes and all his friends are in the room. And he's been farting the whole time. That's the joke. And they smell terrible. It's not good.
I think that joke was just an excuse for Tim to say the word fart like 10 times.
Listen, if I could say if I could say fart 10, 20, 30 times, I'm good. I met my quota. I was behind today. So thank you, Paul, for catching that. I'm back up to where I need to be. My wife also hates any joke that's more than like 3 lines. So if I take like a long time telling a story of a joke, she hates it so much.
You're good at telling them.
No, don't tell her that. She'll ban me from my house. She'll be like, nobody likes your jokes, Tim. Wait. Oh, the therapist? Therapist. I'm gonna spread that. I'm gonna put those together for you, Andrew.
Our watcher count has actually gone up.
So, I know. How's this happen?
I know. It's always like when we're like, yeah, we should maybe start considering getting off, that we get more people on.
And let's tell fart jokes and
I know.
Stupid autocorrect games.
I'm going to tell these terrible.
Talk about gauge rods.
I'm not going to tell the joke, but anybody that likes a really long joke that's bad, look up The Aristocrats. Look up Gilbert Gottfried telling the Aristocrats joke. It's really long, it's really offensive, and it's hilarious. Open
mic night.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Also, David, that's what she said.
Oh my God. David's on fire tonight.
Yeah,
your chat in general is like the best chat that I've ever seen.
Paul, let me just tell you, man. I know you can't make it like all the time, but like tune in for the chat. That's all I'm saying is tune in for the chat, if any, because I mean, Mike just said it like a minute ago. There's so many times where it's like, oh yeah, man, like I'm so tired. It's been a long day. Like we're going to like bang this list out, hour and a half. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. We're going to do a really good show and I'm going to get to bed early. Then it's like an hour and a half in, we're going strong. And then, yeah, we got a ton of people watching. And then we just keep going and doing stupid stuff and telling stupid jokes and playing stupid games. And we're just having a good time. And then, yeah, the chat, I mean, the chat is just like, lighter fluid right on the fire. It's like that dumbass trying to light a charcoal grill and they keep spraying lighter fluid on it and then they burn off their eyebrows. That's us at the Board Game Rundown on a live stream. You're going to burn off your eyebrows because you're going to be like, why did I keep putting lighter fluid on that? And David, we're Eastern Standard Time, so 8 p.m. for me. I'm good. Now, I haven't seen, is it Stephanie that is, that calls it like it's their morning one, right? It's like coffee. It's not Whiskey Wednesday. It's like Coffee Thursday for them. Mike, remember?
Right. Yeah, they're a day ahead. So is Trevor.
Yeah.
That's always in here. He's in Korea.
Oh yeah. Trevor's in Korea. Yeah. So we've got a couple people that are way ahead of us.
We're worldwide.
So again, what's the future like? Is Gempire a national sensation yet? Sorry, Paul.
I mean, so I guess what part of that do you want me to answer? Like, what's the near future? What's the plan?
Well, my question was for all the people that are actually in the future, but you can answer your near future if you want. I just want to know for the people that it's June 15th for, what's that like for them?
So I still set up games as often as I can on Tabletop Simulator. So if there's anybody in chat who wants to play, you can DM me anytime, and I will set up a game as soon as I possibly can if you're wanting to try the game. But the planned launch is in September. So hopefully hopefully I can make that happen. But this is 5 years in the making. At this point, I'm just trying to get as many people introduced to the game as possible. So Origins, I'll be at Gen Con. If you want to come up and talk to me, grab some stuff. I'll be giving these out just to people who just walk by. Just come grab some dice.
I'm walking by.
Yeah, you can totally do that. I have this entire thing that probably won't be empty by the end. But yeah, just come by, even if you didn't sign up for a game, and just talk with me. I'd love to meet you and give you a chance to watch the game for a little bit. It's not set in stone, because I think my future kind of depends on how well this game does. So hopefully it does well enough that I can justify giving up, as much time as I did for this to make another game. But I'm looking forward to meeting Mike in person too. I'm gonna make sure I go to their booth, and I'm really looking forward to it. I hope I get to meet a lot of you at either one of those two conventions, and let you try the game out. Or there's not a whole lot of spots left available for either one of those, but I will have a copy sitting next to me, that's not being used. So if you want to borrow that copy and go to the open gaming area, you can do that. I'd be happy to let you borrow it and play it. That's the plan. Is basically I launch in September, and hopefully it funds. And I'm going to be getting out a few more. I've already contacted a few photographers and unboxing people, and those videos and pictures should be coming out soon. So hopefully I'll be running some ads that might kind of generate some Kickstarter support. The most important thing, honestly, that I need right now is the followers on the pre-launch page. Mm-hmm. So if you are looking to help me out, I can put that link either in you guys' Discord, or if you guys want to, or if they want to visit the Gemtime Games website, which is just gemtimegames.com. There's a button on there that will just take you straight to the pre-launch page. And if you click notify me, I get that follower number to go up, which is what I need. So if you're looking to support me, then that's probably the best thing that you can do. I would say, David, I would probably say late September, because I still have to get all of my tier levels set and everything like that. I have to get all of my I have to get everything in order, what I'm going to offer for each tier. And I probably have to do some more editing on my Kickstarter page, because all the stuff that I have on there now is the old art that was before I found an artist to redo it all. So it's kind of outdated, and I just have a lot of work in many areas, especially getting that follower count up to hopefully over 1,000. But hopefully a lot of this attention will come from Origins and Gen Con. And
I think that you're gonna reap the rewards of your hard work over the next two cons. Mm-hmm. I think being out there and doing it and demoing it, again, you've got an award, for game design. That doesn't hurt, man. Mm-hmm. People look at that. We're a small channel. We are happy to help our friends, and promote games that we like and that we're excited about, and people we like and we're excited about. Just relax, go out there, be you, next week, have fun.
That's why I got this, right?
That's it, man.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, and I think Jason's right. Your autocomplete win only
ever increase.
Only ever increases. Mike, we need to create like a trophy for the autocomplete champion. And Nix, this is unrelated to nothing. Nix needs to know that I totally get this reference. In the year 2000. It's a Conan O'Brien reference from back in the day. Anyways, I could not let that go. I know that was apropos of nothing. Oh, look here. Little bit of pressure on the
hopefully shipping to Korea is nice.
Trevor's not being facetious. He's actually in Korea. And then, yeah, David, that's a good question. I don't know if Paul has an answer to that yet or not, but I mean, it's a fair question.
So I don't know. This is the first time I've ever done this. The 100 games that I bought for the review copies, they probably took about, after I got all of the art and everything, all the files in, and they were like, okay, we're going to start making them. It was like 2 weeks. I'd have to say that if I was to order a larger order, like maybe 1,000 games, I would say that it would probably take them 3 to 4 weeks to make it. And then it would, depending on how I pay for the shipping, which hopefully I will build the cost of the shipping into the Kickstarter so I can get it, so it won't take months and months for it to get here. But then it'll probably take another couple weeks to get here if I pay for air shipping, which I'll probably try to if I can. And so I'm thinking after the Kickstarter in September, delivery will probably be, I think I'm going to say, I don't want to trap myself in here, but I'm going to say probably February next year.
Nice. That's not bad. That's a good turnaround if you can pull that off.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I can. And people are going to probably come back to this video and be like, remember when you said you'd get it out in February?
Oh, come on, man. I mean, we're just speculating here. I will. Mike's a sports fan. Come on, man. I mean, that's a thing.
Several dozen people are going to hold you to it. I will tell you.
That's what I hope. That's what I hope. It's probably going to be more like March or April, but
Trevor, I don't think it's that language dependent, right? Once you understand the rules, it's all icons, isn't it?
Most of it is icons, except for like, to the left, to the right. The demands and the technologies have words on them, but it would probably be fairly hard for somebody who doesn't understand English very well to play.
The text and the demands.
Yeah, that would probably be the biggest setback. But honestly, compared to a lot of games, it really doesn't have a whole lot of words on it, and most of it is icons. So I actually have a friend from Korea who is a coworker, and he grew up in Korea and moved here when he went to college, and so his English is actually decent for the short period of time that he's been here, but his native language is definitely Korean, and he did play this game and he had a lot of fun with it. So he understood it well enough to be able to be competitive at it. So.
Nick's heard my cat. This is D'Artagnan.
And
I don't know what he's cranky about, but he does like to let you know when he ain't happy. What are you mad about? You got food. I think I've got a little couch over here, and I think he likes to sleep on it. And I'm up here being an idiot, and he's like, I could be sleeping. Meow.
And David, you are right. Yeah, it is really tricky to leave enough for shipping. Because honestly, just getting that one pallet, just getting that one pallet of games with the reviewer copies, that was, I have to remember how much that was. That was $2,500. to ship by air, $2,500 to ship by air, and then another like $600 just to get it through customs. So I dropped a lot of money on that.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
hopefully it pays off.
That's tough, right? But hopefully it does pay off, right? You got to get your games out there. You got to get people to see them and experience them.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, man, I'm really grateful and thank you for giving us time, with your game and everything. Like, because it's not easy. It's not an easy process for you, and there's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad hopefully we're able to help. And make it worthwhile for you.
Being on tonight was great. I really hope I can do this again. This was a good time. Had a lot of fun.
Hey, you let us know, man. You let us know. We love having guests on. Mike and I listen, Mike and I talk all the time. Mike and I can do a show with each other, just the two of us, just fine, have a great time. But when we have a guest with us, it's even better. And it's even more fun if they roll with the jokes and, engage with the chat and do all the things, that make our Wednesday streams like super fun.
Yeah. Well, after today, I can't wait to do it again. Maybe we'll even do more of that autocomplete.
I'll try to, I've got more terrible jokes if anybody ever wants to hear them. But
going to be requested in our booth now. You guys aren't demoing autocomplete?
Listen, so I was at my sister and brother-in-law's over the weekend, and I was like, "Oh, we made that into a thing, right?" And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, we took your game and we've turned it into our end of show game." Because I don't own Green Team Wins like Full 42, which may be a better show for having Green Team Wins, but we play autocomplete. What do you guys have? And yeah,
honestly, it's great. It's so like. It's so simple and fast and stupid, and that's like, I don't know, that's what you want.
Well, I mean, listen,
like just to get the chat involved, it keeps chat involved too, which is great.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's the thing, is it's so much fun playing, and the answers are so ridiculous and bad that like our group, the people that hang out with us and watch these, it's perfect, right? We're all having a good time. So we need guests that can roll with it, have a good time, relax a little bit. And I
mean, autocomplete generated a GIF and a meme in our Discord. That's all. That's what I'm going to leave you with.
Yeah.
The Discord.
D'Artagnan. Man, D'Artagnan is like worked up tonight. Normally he doesn't come down here, but not while I'm filming. Quit knocking my mic over and drooling. Oh my God. He's like drooling everywhere. You're out of control, sir. You are out of control. Cat. Oh, Weather Show has draft board.
I'm not aware of any.
I don't know either.
What is this? What is this?
Are you looking at the Discord or something?
Oh, you know what, David? I have seen the giraffe high dive video. I have kids, and when my kids were little, they loved watching that video. It's not sexual or dirty in any way.
It's queued up.
Oh, Donnie coming in. Donnie's coming in hot with the still how to kiss. Well, I missed my opportunity with my cat because he just got sick of my butt, so he left.
Well, yeah, he's gonna go find himself a giraffe.
Andrew, dear diary, Tim says he has at least enough of the autocomplete cards to last at least 3 lifetimes. Bummer. I love it.
Oh wow,
I love it. You guys freaking rock. What a good time. Again, if anybody's going to be at Origins, go see Paul. Come see us. If you see us, we will send you to Paul. If you see Paul won't send you to us because he wants people to want to back his game, and I'm not mad at him for it.
No, seriously. I told my entire Blood on the Clock Tower group, hey guys, I'm going to be on Board Game Rundown. You should subscribe to them.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. If anything, they should just go watch our Blood on the Clock Tower review. And Mike, is that you doing the Lord's work there? We're going to be booth 831 at Origins. We're going to be giving away good things. We're going to be giving away bad things. We're giving away good games. I've got a bunch of lanyards from old conventions and things that I've done. Oh, here we go, Paul. Dear Diary, today I was on the Board Game Rundown and Tim started rambling about stupid stuff that nobody cares about that they're doing at Origins. Oh, I'm sorry. Back to where I was.
We're going to be giving away autocomplete? What?
No, we're not giving away autocomplete.
I wrote down your booth number.
No, you're good. I hate to mess with you because everybody else. But yeah, if anybody's going to be there, we want to be hanging out with you. We want to do stuff with you. We're going to have at some point in time Martin Wallace in the booth, asking him questions and maybe signing some games. I'm going to get a game signed. I got to decide which one. I'm torn between Australia, Nancy Narking, and Wildlands. Those are my favorite ones of his. I know those are not the popular favorite ones, but those are my favorite Martin Wallace games. And yes, Andrew, we are going to give away syringes to babies. You heard it here first.
Wow.
Jason, his guilty pleasure is the shame he feels. We are his guilty pleasure.
Nice.
Yeah, shame on you.
That's what I'd like to hear on a weekly basis.
And then Brandon, thank you for remembering to do the thumbs up. Everybody, please. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Dear Diary, how do I steal booth 831? Easy, just show up and do slightly better than we are, which is a low bar, and you can have it.
It's fair.
And then let's throw back to Life of Brian one more time. Why would you give a baby a bomb? Because myrrh is a bomb. So good.
Oh boy.
I love it.
I would bring this with me, but it has some actually like really important stuff in here.
Oh, don't lose it. I think what we need to do is to get Paul like a fake diary that he can write things.
Oh, let me grab this one.
Oh, there's more than one.
This one's awesome.
Oh,
yeah, that was fancy as well.
Yeah, so this has got like,
dang,
like,
it's got
look at the paper on this thing.
Oh yeah.
Jeez, wow.
I feel like some ancient rituals have been scribed in that.
Yeah.
No,
I haven't written in it yet, but I want to write it in it with my my fancy like fountain. So I bought this fountain pen at Gen Con.
My goodness, he has a real quill. Look at this thing.
Yeah. So
wow.
I want to write in it with this, but I'm afraid that the ink is going to soak through the pages.
Can you confirm, is that actual parchment?
I don't know because I don't know what real parchment is considered to be. But
me either. It just felt like a good question to ask.
Pressed reads, I believe. Yeah, thank you, Jason. Mike and Tim have a knack at making their guests look really good. Yeah, if we come on and do such a terrible job, it doesn't matter who comes on. They look great. And then, yeah, full 42. That's Mike. Syringes to babies. Well, that's been recorded. On that note, we'll be seeing you all. I cannot wait to see all my friends at Origins this year. And Paul, sorry, man, you lost your opportunity to deny us. You are now officially a friend of the show. And so until we get that cease and desist, Mike and I are going to keep bothering you.
Okay. That's fine with me.
Oh, wait, what did I just... No, keep going.
You're limited to one joke a week.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. You actually have one.
Joke a week. Note to self.
I can't take any more than that.
Paul has no sense of humor.
I am way too non-hipster with a clipboard here, so fortunately.
I
should make a game where you have a book that you write in.
Yes, I'm writing that right now. Paul should make a game that has a book you write in. P.S. Mike likes bidding. And so instead of a bag building game, perhaps you make a book building game. You heard it here first. I'm writing it down.
Where you're trying to find the best partner for your pet giraffe.
That's a weird way to say you're a friend. No need to get the law involved. You are correct, Andrew. And totally not weird, totally natural. And read Jason's line here. Dear diary, today I made a fateful mistake. That's really good.
I'm so excited for Origins. Like, seriously, I'm just like, all I can think about is Friday night and like the stupid times we're gonna have playing games. And
it's gonna be a blast, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever we decide to play, I'd love to play Ready Set Bet because I've never played it before. But we lost Tim.
Well, I wonder if his phone died.
Maybe. Well,
it's a chance. I think it might just be on my end. I've been getting a lot of audio issues for like the last 20 to 30 minutes from you and Tim. So it might just be me. I kind of sort of feel like I should wait for Tim, but if his phone dies, who knows?
His phone died. It says it in the chat, yeah.
There it is. So yeah, we won't be waiting on Tim then. And Paul, I know you're an hour behind us, but yeah. I'm probably about to segue our way off of here.
Yeah.
But it has been a blast.
Yeah.
It
was great. This is so fun.
Definitely looking forward to playing some games, hanging out at Origins. It's like I just want to push fast forward and skip to Origins now. So
yeah, I do too. This will be my first Origins, so. But I have been to Gen Con twice, so.
Nice. I only went to Origins once in like 2015, so.
Oh, nice. So yeah,
it's more of a play-focused con. Like if you want to go there and play games, Origins is the con to go to play games. Like you're gonna see more people and you can buy more stuff at Gen Con. But if you want to play games, like Origin's great for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. That's good, I guess.
My little brother's going with me. My little brother's going with me, so that's good news for him. He can get involved in some games that he's always wanted to play.
Are you guys going down there Wednesday night or Wednesday?
I'm going there. We're leaving at 4:30 in the morning to get there on time.
Wednesday?
Yeah. So because my first because I didn't book the hotel for Tuesday night, so my first session is noon on Wednesday. So with the hour. We're losing an hour going up there. So it's a 5-hour drive plus the hour is 6 hours. So leaving at 4:30, we should get there around 10:30 or 11 and give me an hour to, get through with our badges, figure out where I need to set up and stuff like that. So that is the plan.
Wow. Okay. I must be a complete idiot. This is the first time I realized that it actually starts Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Gen Con where, it's been, 8 years since I've been to it. I didn't realize I was actually missing a day.
Oh, you're getting up there Wednesday night.
I'm getting up there Wednesday night, and it just now dawned on me that I'm missing a day.
Yeah, I can see that because Gen Con starts, like Wednesday for Gen Con is trade day. So,
yeah.
Most people can't even get in.
Okay, how about that? Wow. Crazy time to have this realization. My goodness. Oh,
With
the
the week
vendor
left, yeah.
hall isn't open Wednesday. Okay, there we go. Wait, what's the difference between? You mean the exhibit hall? That's the same thing, I assume.
So like I
There we go.
think I'll be in the event hall running my game, but then the vendor hall
There
with
we
all the
go.
booths is not going to be open to the
Okay.
public Wednesday.
Okay, there we go. Now I don't feel bad. My goodness. I was like,
So
what
you're
did I
okay.
do? Yeah, I'm good. Like, oh my gosh, I just suddenly got scared. So there you go. Paul will be at Origins. We'll be at Origins. A lot of people you know and have seen us talk to will be at Origins. We can't wait. We're excited. That's why we stream till 11:37 Eastern time. So it's going to be a blast. Paul, thank you for your time again. It's been awesome.
Thanks for having me on, Mike. And I wish Tim was here, but yeah, I really appreciate this. This helps a lot, and it was just a good time. So I really appreciate you having me on. Hey, there's Tim.
I made it back
just in time.
Mike,
And then
screwed up so bad through figuring out what is going on at Origins that it gave me time to charge my phone enough to hop back on. Yeah, you guys said it all. I was watching. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and of course everybody in the chat. That's been awesome.
You guys reaching out, like it meant a lot to me because I was in that stage where I had a finished game and I knew people would enjoy it, but I just can't get anybody to grasp it enough to want it on their channel. So, I contact people, but they already have 50 games that they have on their backlog. So it's like, I was in that stage where I just felt like I couldn't get any traction. And for you guys to step in and say, yeah, we'd love to take a look at it. And to give me that time was really, really helpful.
It's the Ion Award, right?
Yeah, it's called the Ion Award. So it says it's the biggest board game design competition in the U.S. And it's reserved for unpublished games, games that haven't been released yet, but it is open to worldwide. So out of the 4 finalists, there was one in New Zealand, there was one in Canada, there was one in over in Kansas or Nebraska. I think Nebraska. And so they had us all on and they gave us a date and a time in 45 minutes. On Tabletop Simulator, you're going to present to these judges in Salt Lake City. Well, the con was in Salt Lake City. The judges were tuning in from wherever they live, I guess. But we had 45 minutes to present the rules and have them demo the game for as long as we had left. And that was it. And then it was 24 hours, a little bit longer than 24 hours for them to announce the winner. And they did it the next day. But needless to say, I got my fair share of adrenaline that week. Probably the most nervous I've ever been in my entire life. So, because it's just a few years ago, you're just a dude who woke up one day and was like, I love board games, and people who make board games are also people. So why I'm a person, I can do that. And you decide to make a game, and you're like, okay, you never expect it to get anywhere like that. It's just, I don't know. It feels like one of those things that's too big to ever happen to you. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but
no, it totally makes sense. It's awesome, dude. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to do because for me, when you're creating something and you're putting content out there, you're showing part of you, you know what I mean? Whether or not Jumpire is that's part of you, man. When you put that out there and then people are critiquing it, you're putting a part of you out there to be criticized and judged. And it's if even 3 people come back and go, yes, really good, you're like, oh, thank God, at least somebody thinks that this is good. I thought this was good. I'm excited about it. So
we got buffering Tim again. I'm getting fuzzy audio from him now, so
a little bit. I am too.
I'm back now. But yeah, to do well with that and to win an award, awesome, man. I hope more people catch on and want to give your game time and attention, maybe that'll get you, hopefully that gets you across the finish line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get your game the attention it deserves. The other thing is, by being at the conventions and stuff, like, you never know. A publisher might go, "Hey, we want to sign your game," or and things like that. If you do that, I will say be careful. Make sure you got a good lawyer to look over your contract. But
yeah, that's always been a possibility. I had one publisher reach out to me after I won the award and go over, he wanted to see if he could publish it. And when I told him how far I was, like with already having production copies and a Kickstarter pre-launch page, he actually like withdrew, and he was like, you're actually too far along that I feel like I don't think I can steal this from you at this point. Like you've done too much work. So he kind of said, I think you should just go ahead and self-publish this. And so ever since then, that's been the plan. Although, he was kind of a smaller publisher. So if I get an offer from a large one, which, I haven't been reaching out to them, and maybe I should, but I'm doing so much at this point by myself that that's, at this point, my plan is to self-publish it, but I don't exactly have all the time in the world to continue to just reach out to different publishers while I'm trying to finalize everything for the Kickstarter and send games out to all these reviewers and get ready for these cons. And it's crazy how much stuff you have to do.
I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to put together our booth for a convention, and I spend so much of my own time obsessed with just that. And I'm not even trying to push a game, like, I get it. My show is going to be there after the booth. I mean, it's here before the booth. It's going to be there after the booth. So I'm not even, like, the pressure on me is nowhere near, what you're dealing with and stuff. So, mad respect to you. Super exciting. You're going to go out there. You're going to get a lot of feedback and a lot of eyes on your game. What a great opportunity. And then, here we go. Jamie Stegmeyer says you have to be a designer, artist, producer, marketing, and exec. It takes a special person to do that. And if you do that, if you can, you'll be there. You can reap the rewards. If you sell to a publisher, expect 1%.
1%, yeah.
But I mean, sometimes, Paul, even if you sold your game to a publisher, now you would then say you're a published designer, and that's not nothing either,
Yeah.
So I mean, there's good and bad with that, right? But no, man, excited for you. I'm so glad you're hanging out with us and doing stuff with us. We're friends with a bunch of independent designers, and I'm always rooting for them. I'm excited for them. I love the relationships we get to build with them. And, I want you guys to do well, because you guys are doing what I can't do. Y'all are out there making games. You're out there bearing your soul, putting it out there. And that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a hell of a lot of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears. So kudos to you, man. Kudos.
I appreciate it. I mean, I don't want people to feel like they could never make a game, because, I had never made a game. If you go back 5 years ago, it's like, okay, I've never made a game either. At one point I just had to make the decision to put my foot out there and try. Sometimes I think that designers are just board game enthusiasts that are delusional enough to think that they can make one, so, I don't want anybody who's listening to think that they can never do it, because, I'd hate to think that some people won't try because they think that, I always tell people, I have like four rules that I tell people on, if you're wanting to get into game design, these are the things that I tell people. And I actually have them on my phone here. Let me Number one is you don't need a piece of paper to tell you that you can do something. So I've not taken a single class in game design. You have the experience. You've played enough games. You know what you need to know. Number two is it will never feel like the right time to start. You'll have to start when it doesn't feel like the right time. Mm-hmm. Number three is know why you're taking on your project. So have a vision for your game. Know why you're making your game. What is it accomplishing that's not out there? Because when it comes to the point where you're putting it in front of other designers to get their opinions and their suggestions, if you get a suggestion that doesn't work toward that vision, you know you don't have to take it. You take the suggestions that work toward the vision that you originally had for the game. And so that helps you parse through all of the suggestions and the suggestions that you get, whether you should keep them or not. And then number four is find a friend you can talk to about your project that won't get tired of hearing about it. Mm-hmm. And honestly, those are the most important four things that I can tell to anyone who has ever thought about trying to make a game. If you have that strong belief behind what you're doing, you're going to be able to push through when you want to quit. If you are doing game design because you think it's fun or you think it's going to be cool, or you just want to see if you can make a game that everybody loves and get famous or whatever, eventually you're going to hit the point where it doesn't feel fun, it doesn't feel cool, and you're going to quit. But if you have the belief behind what you're doing and you're saying, I'm making this game because, like, in my instance, I wanted a Euro that wasn't a worker placement. I wanted a Euro that wasn't a deck builder, that used a new mechanic that hadn't been made before, and was so and prioritized replayability to the point where you can play it basically as many times as you want, and it's never going to be the same. And so the belief that fuels me is like, there are so many, there's an infinite realm of mechanics that have never been discovered yet. And it's so infinite that nobody can even fathom how infinite it is, because but we still continue to stay in these bubbles of worker placement and tile placement and, deck building and all these mechanics that keep being used over and over. And I want somebody to start reaching out and grabbing new mechanics, making new mechanics, giving people new experiences. And I think just the thought of how endless the experiences can be that you can give people is just such a thrilling thought for me to keep going at it. And like, even after I'm done with this, I'm going to want to try to grab out and reach out and grab another experience for people to have. So, so when you have that belief, even when times are terrible, you keep going because you're doing it for something bigger than yourself. You're doing it for that belief. And so I think that's what I want to leave people with. Just because you think you can never make a game, it doesn't mean you don't have to be anybody special to try, So, I just like to leave people with that advice. And if I see your name on a box in the future, then all the better.
Yeah, no doubt. So David wants to know what's your username on BGG, and we will end with that.
I think on BGG it's Gemtime Games. So GEMTIMEGAMES. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, that's what it is.
More eyeballs on you, right? More people find you.
Yeah. At capital G, capital T, capital G. I don't know if that matters or not. But thanks for having me on, guys. This was a great time. And
Paul,
I know
you've been an amazing sport, dude. You've been an amazing sport. We've been cracking jokes. We're doing our normal stupid stuff. You've been a great guest. So thank you for being a part of that.
Yeah, and thanks to the chat for also being good sports. They make it a lot of fun. And
they really do.
Makes it easy to be here. Yeah.
Mike, what do you got for us?
Not much. It's been fun. Looking forward to next week.
You won't be on
so with that being said, huh?
I think he's saying he's looking forward to Origins, not Whiskey
Yes.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I won't get to make it. I will get in Columbus too late Wednesday night. So there you go.
Yeah, so Gem Time Games is just a company I created to self-publish it. It's just me.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Mike. I didn't mean to interrupt you. David's last comment in there.
I didn't have much more to add.
Mike looks pretty tired. I'd say let him hit the hay.
Well, all right, guys. As always, thank you so much. What an amazing evening, Paul. Awesome job. Thanks for beating Mike at autocomplete. That made my night. The earlier chat was out of control in the best way possible. So much fun. They make it all worthwhile. Mike, every Wednesday is amazing and incredible, and I'm so glad that you are on board to do it with me every week. So thank you again.
Every week.
Next week, we're going to be doing a live stream with Mike Giuliano from the Mission Control giant easel boards at Origins. I don't think Mr. Mike Rice over there will be at Origins in time to do that, but he might wander in the middle of it if we're still going. He has threatened that already. Anyways, guys, tons of fun stuff coming up. We got a Martin Wallace interview coming next week. Stay tuned. We're going to keep banging out more stuff. And then Paul is going to be back on in the future when he decides that he's recovered from the hangover of listening to my jokes and everything. So with all that being said, the board game rundown.
That was Mike.
There we go.
And I was Paul.
Yes! We'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching.